Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're into our grand final here, live from Sydney, Australia. $75,000 yet still to be given away. $50,000 coming in for first place. And wouldn't that be nice, gentlemen? Robbie and Madhouse joining me. These guys played this season. Unfortunately, their team didn't make it through to the finals, but you're here, you're having a good time. And to be fair, the tanking action's been pretty good, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, really close games. I mean, I was rooting for Meltdown, but yeah, I'll take it, you know. To be honest, I really do feel like B Gaming have a better shot at taking down EL. Because, as I said, they just play to counter, right? And so far, they've been the best at countering EL.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? And we talked about how, you know, these guys from B Gaming, we've seen them in a lot of tiebreakers, and we've seen them not win many tiebreakers. But to be fair, two of those tiebreakers were up against EL, the team who's currently undefeated for the entire season, moving through to the grand final. And they've only got one more hurdle to leap across. And to be fair, they're looking pretty good. But if anyone can take it to the Madhouse, surely it must be B Gaming.
It would be, but
Here we go.
It would be, but I mean, it's EL. They've always won so far. So what's the difference now?
What's the difference? Well, the difference is B Gaming won their first ever tiebreaker. Meltdown lost their first ever tiebreaker within this season. So that's a start. I don't know.
It's a first for everything, and I think these matches are going to be really interesting, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure that B Gaming has some surprises for us. Like, oh, they've prepared for this for sure. So I think we're going to see some very interesting games, and maybe I don't know. I really can't make a prediction though. That's the thing, because I don't know. So I'm like mind blown right now. Like, oh, what happened?
I'm going to ask you for a prediction, but not right now. So you probably got about 10 minutes.
10
so
minutes
we'll work through it. We'll work
it.
through all of it, and we'll come back with some predictions. Though, to be fair, again, Madhouse, are you 2 from 2 right now with predictions?
Yep, 2 from 2.
2 from 2, spot on with the score as well. So I don't know. I think your prediction is what's actually going to be matter the most.
What matters?
We'll
yes, mine doesn't really matter.
We'll see if you can make it 3 from 3. Before we break down this game, we talked about our MVP awards a little bit earlier. We asked everyone at home, you know, to tweet at us at WGL APAC. Let us know who you thought might be winning these ones. We have a bunch of different MVP awards. We got one for Top Gun, which is, of course, the most kills. One for High Caliber, which is the most damage dealt. This is across the entire season, by the way. One for Tank Sniper, which is the most damage dealt at a range over 300 meters. One for Steel Wall, most damage blocked. And one for Patrol Duty, who is, I guess, the most damage from assists in way of spotting out opposing tanks, and then your teammates doing the damage to them. So I'm going to start off with Steel Wall, the most damage blocked, and the winner of that one is Gom Lee. Now Gom Lee's gone through 50,122 damage blocked across the season. That's pretty good. That's a lot of damage.
Pretty good. That's a lot of I7.
A lot of I7, a lot of mouse.
Not a lot of mouse. I don't know. I really do think that the I7 does block more damage than the mouse.
Okay. Well, it's a lot of damage either way that you're getting rid of. It's not really there.
It is a lot of damage. That's
precisely that's what tanking's all about, really. Getting hit and not actually getting blown up in the process.
It's a tank, but does it happen?
It's more counting on how bad your enemy is than how good you are.
Fair enough. I think there's a little bit of that
both.
to it. Yeah, a little bit of that. All right, our second MVP award, that is for damage dealt or High Caliber, and that one's going to go to Mordame, and he's gone through 255,000 damage dealt across the season.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a lot of damage. How much damage do you think you did this season, Madhouse?
Nothing near that. Probably like 150, I'd guess. I had some pretty bad games.
Matt is one of our main damage dealers, from most of the tanks, so I do feel like he did pretty good damage-wise, but yeah, probably not anything close to that.
Well, I think it probably also helps maybe if you got to play, a few more games. It depends. I don't know if this includes the playoffs or not. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know how that adds to it.
Also, CT played a lot of tiebreakers. They probably played the most games.
That's true. Everyone. That's a very good point. If you're a team who likes to take it to the wire, then of course you're going to get more damage dealt, more everything essentially. So that's a very good point, and that probably plays into it as well. So our next MVP, that is for Patrol Duty, which is the most damage that your teammates have dealt while you've been out there spotting your opponents. Now, that one's going to go out to Shinozaki. He's picked up 50,000. So, not too bad. That's a lot of spotting.
That's very good. Yeah, that's a really good award. I mean, most light tank drivers will be basically lighting for their team, and yeah, it all depends on good positioning of your team as well.
And you were talking a little bit earlier about, that it's a lot of the time it's for the light tank to make the mistake. So quite often it's a very important role.
It's a very important role. Like, a lot of people really underestimate. They're like, oh, you go in the tier 8, because you can't do damage. But really, no, it's like you make a mistake and then you're dead. Maybe you're only a tier 8, but like you're really important.
Your camo value is very valuable. If you can sit there and, people drive past you, they don't see you, greatest thing. Can't really do that in a tier 10. I mean, bat chat, you can, but I wouldn't be wanting to risk a bat chat.
Well, that's it, isn't it? You don't want to risk one of your tier 10s if you can avoid it. Of course, that's why we see the guys in tier 8s and things like that. Now, our second to last MVP award, that's for Tank Sniper. Damage done at ranges greater than 300 meters. That's sitting back, doing that damage. We talked about it again before. A sniper who does their work is a valuable asset to your team. If you're not really doing anything, you're essentially one tank out of it. It makes life a lot more difficult. And that one's going to go over to Fox TS. And he's going to do about 51,000 damage at range. So, yeah.
So it's at range of more than 300 meters, right? Yeah, because there's two different awards, one for damage and one for the actual sniper award, which is the same as in World of Tanks, actually, right? There's 2 medals you get in pub games.
High caliber and tank sniper.
High caliber and tank sniper, right?
Yeah, so this is the tank sniper award.
Tank sniper award. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of very accurate tanks that do lots of damage.
Fair enough. And one of those crucial roles.
I guess Fox TS, Artie, Grill.
Artie Grill. Yeah, I mean, you won't really see like an FV getting it that much because just accuracy at long range, or even bats because they're driving around. The accuracy is not that good at long range. But yeah, mostly like a sniper tank's position. Yeah, and Fox, a lot of those grills, mostly grill really. Like since the grill came out, it's like the most accurate tank out there. So
changing up the meta a little bit.
What changed the meta was the waffle leaving, to be honest, more than anything else.
Watching 3 waffles go around and be like, oh, sup, hey, hi, bye.
I remember those games on Himmelsdorf was just like waffle, and just like, okay, who can come around the corner better and clip out the enemy.
More waffles than Waffle House. We'll leave that one alone. But our last one is for Top Gun, the most kills. Whoever's got the most frags across the entire season. And that one's going to go out to Vice Tone. He's gone and picked up 116 kills across the season. That's a lot of kills.
That's more than 1 kill a game over average.
More than like 3 kills a game.
No, good. Well, how many games has played? 90? 90,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, no.
It's probably like 1.1.
Bad at math.
I heard someone say the other day, never should do math on stream. So you've got to be pretty confident in yourself. So those are all of our MVP awards. Congratulations to all of those tankers who picked those ones up, and to you at home who tweeted at us with that speculation who you thought would pick it up. Do any of those names surprise you at all? Or now that you see them, they kind of make sense?
Yeah, once you see them, they do make sense. Like the Karen Tiger players, obviously, because they've played so many games. Fox TS always playing the Grill or Artie, or most of the time.
I think it's a lot of the regular teams, really, because they have specific players for specific roles. So it makes sense, really.
All right. Well, pretty good season. Almost over now. We have one best of 13 remains. It's our grand final. And honestly, I don't know if we could have picked 2 better teams to match up against each other. It was almost assured that EL Gaming was going to come through. Meltdown versus B Gaming, we thought that would go to the wire. Madhouse predicted 7-6 to B Gaming. I predicted 7-6 to Meltdown, and you said Meltdown would win 7-5. So all of these scores, we said it would come very, very close. And of those 2 teams, B Gaming was really the only one that we felt perhaps had a chance to take down EL Gaming. And that's precisely what we are going to see today. So let's start this off. Let's talk about our favourites. It's EL Gaming. They've come through all season. They're undefeated. They're here today. They had a very, very convincing first game of the day. And now they've only got one more to win.
Yeah. I mean, probably EL Gaming's going to win. I'm going to put it out there.
Most likely.
But to be honest, I'm really interested in seeing the way B Gaming plays. Because EL Gaming, we kind of know how they're going to play. Because they play the same way most of the time. But B Gaming, since they're trying to counteract EL, we're probably going to see some pretty funky strats, or like double mouse on what is it? Double mouse on mines? Yes, double mouse on mines. So some pretty interesting strats I think we'll be seeing. Should be fun games.
But at that, it could also be bad for them doing different strats because they have been winning against them. Maybe just need to tweak what they're doing a little bit and make it a bit more precise.
You're gonna have to tweak a lot to beat EL Gaming.
Yeah.
Well, not only one game difference.
Well, it is, and that's a very good point that twice when they played, it's come down just to that tiebreaker, hasn't it? And we talk about, again, LAN being a different experience. Both of these teams have travelled quite a distance. The guys from EL Gaming came in a little bit earlier in the week. The guys from B Gaming came in only recently as well. They have to acclimatise. They have to get used to the time difference. It's not a huge time difference, but it definitely makes a difference. Now, they're sitting here all amongst, their peers, ready to play. We have an audience. The lights are there. It's a different story. EL, they've seen it before, though, right? They've done it. They've been there. They've been to Worlds. They've been on the big stage. How do you think they're feeling right now?
Yeah. Oh, I think they're feeling pretty relaxed, to be honest. I don't see them being very nervous. They're never really nervous, I think, when fighting against, like, Asia teams, C-server teams. I feel they're pretty relaxed. B Gaming, they got their papers out, checking out their strats.
Dude, they've got like a strat book ready to go. We saw them at the end there at...
It's like a playbook, like NFL playbook there. It was like, wow, they got their whole playbook out and everything.
They were ready to go when we saw them coming into that tiebreaker. They were writing strats down. They were picking tanks.
The tiebreaker, right?
Yeah.
That's the only time you saw them writing.
Yeah.
They were writing something. I think they were just like doing a little variant to their actual strategy. I mean, it worked out for them.
Well, it's like, we'll take the cap, but this time we'll send a couple of tanks around the back to pick up the kill, right?
Yeah.
So it worked out in the end for them, didn't it? If we're going to move over, we'll talk about our team from Japan, B Gaming. Now, these guys, if anyone is going to take it to EL, it's going to be B Gaming. We've said it all weekend, and I think it definitely applies true here. On top of that, they've just come off quite a long game, but a long game where they must be feeling really good about it. Do you think, having played a best of 13 straight all the way through to the end, do you think that's going to make a difference? Do you get tired from that? Or
you do.
Yeah?
You really do. Playing a long game, like a game after another game, you do feel it. And hopefully they can cope with it. They most likely can at their level. But yeah, you do feel the tired. You do get tired from doing it.
Do you think, on the other hand, maybe, Robbie, that these guys, they're already set on stage, right? They just played their game. They've warmed up. They started off slowly. And if they'd started off slowly like that up against a team like EL, they probably wouldn't have been able to bring it back in the way that they did. But now they played their games, they brought it back, they had a great end to the series, and they won their first tiebreaker of the whole season. Do you think that sort of momentum can play into this?
Oh, definitely. They're probably very pumped up right now, very excited and everything. I mean, they got to second place, right? Mm-hmm. This is a victory for them, not going to say beating EL would be just something more, but for them, I think they already feel like they won, and now it's just okay, let's go the extra step, let's go one more step, and let's see, maybe we can do it, maybe we can really take it to them. And, you know.
Well, it's the biggest step, though. That's the real thing here, isn't it? They've come through, they've secured themselves already 25,000 USD, which is a considerable sum of money, so they're already going to be feeling great. The guys from Meltdown, that was always... not a coin flip, but it wasn't guaranteed by any sense. Perhaps some people thought they might have been the underdogs. I know you suggested that Meltdown should be able to take them down, but it was very, very close. What does B Gaming have to do here to beat EL? We talk about them being like a counter-stratting team, and we talk about how the fact that the guys from EL play similar type of tanks time and time again. Is that why a team like B Gaming can sometimes take them to the edge?
I think it's mostly just their playstyle. Their playstyle has been beating them in the past, so that's why I said before, I don't think they should change their playstyle and do something new, because it's been working. They just have to refine it a bit more, and that way they can, take out that one extra game and get the victory.
Do you feel the same, Robbie?
Well, I always like seeing fun strats, to be honest, so I'm hoping they do something special, but we'll see. I mean, B Gaming, it's definitely the best team to go up against EL. We're going to see the closest game that we would have ever seen against EL of the whole season, so it's good. But I don't know. I feel like when you're going up against EL, you kind of have to maybe go the extra mile, you know?
Well, that's it.
Good's not going to cut it. You got to be like the best.
You have to be the best.
You're going to have to be the
right
best.
there, ready to go. You have to be on your A game. Everything else has to be out of your mind.
Yeah.
Just here to win, here to play, right?
They have to pull out the gold playbook this time, you know?
Yeah,
it's not just a regular one. They pull out the special
that's
one.
it. They need their laminated paper now, not just their normal paper.
Exactly.
Okay, these are our special strats from our special strat book.
EL strats. Here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of strats, of course, always depend on the maps that you play on. Each team has been able to veto one of the maps in the map pool. That leaves us with the other maps that we are going to see. Let's go and take a look at the maps that we're going to see in our grand final here. Okay, we're going to start off with Muravanka heading into Mines, then Prokhorovka, Ghost Town, Himmelsdorf, Ruenberg, and then should we require a tiebreaker, Prokhorovka is going to be our last map. Robbie, what do you think about these maps?
Yes, I think it's pretty normal. Like they banned Cliff.
Yeah.
Cliff is like a map. I feel like well, I'm not gonna say EL struggles with, but I feel like it's one of those maps where it's kind of a 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw them just rush in when they're versing against T, and it really shows that they're like, we're either gonna win this or we're gonna lose this. So yeah, I don't think they really like doing the whole hill play kind of side of the game, and B gaming is the same. So
what about steps though? We're not going to see that one either. That one's also vetoed out. Why is that removed?
I don't know. I think might have been B gaming removing it, just because EL are really good at spreading out, controlling the map, changing their pace, and that's what really Steps is about, right? Steps is like a set strat won't get you that far. You really got to be able to move and change, and that's what EL gaming is best at. So I feel like B gaming might have vetoed that just to like deny EL gaming the chance to just roam free.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
All right, well, it's going to be Muravanka, Mines, and Prokhorovka to start us off as our first three maps. What are these guys going to do here? What do we expect to see? These are the first ones we get to analyze before we come back at halftime to analyze the rest. Let's start with Muravanka. What do we expect to see here from these teams?
I expect to see EL Gaming probably rushing in on a defense because
that's what they do.
That's what they do.
That's how they play.
It's how they play, and also it's very tricky, right? I mean, if you rush all your tanks to the forest on Muravanka, the big forest, then you really cut your enemy off, and it's kind of... So I think EL are going to do something like that. B Gaming, I see them playing a bit more standard. Maybe just going with the heavy, try to get to the cap, controlling. I mean, that's what B Gaming does. They're really good at just... They slowly move up. They don't move out at the beginning of the game, but they slowly move as the game progresses to kind of take map control. And I think it's that slow approach that really that really shows like EL Gaming has really trouble countering that. Really, they're like slowly moving up through the map. EL Gaming's more like boom, let's go. And I
make
think
a plan, do it.
Make a plan, do it. Just execute. All right, now it's time. I've got the trusty pen out. I want our predictions. What do we think we're going to see? Now, Madhouse, I'm going to leave you to the end this time because every time you predicted, you've been correct, right? So we're not going to ask you.
He's not going to say anything. We're just we might as well not even play the games, Like we'll just.
All right.
Who's going to win?
All right. Robbie, what is your prediction?
Oh man, I think it's probably going to be like 7-5 for EL.
7-5 to EL.
But like, to be honest, I have no idea.
All right.
No idea.
We worked that out, Robbie.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. For me, I'm going to jump in too because I don't want to steal your prediction. Or maybe I do want to steal your prediction before you predict it. But I am going to predict B Gaming will win 7-6.
7-6?
7-6. It's going to go to OT and they're going to win their second tiebreaker this whole season long.
All right.
They're going to do it in style. All right. What is your prediction, Madhouse?
7-4 to Elon.
Oh, 7-4 to Elon. So there I am out on my lonesome. I'm going to get B Gaming. Wow. All by myself once again. You've heard it here from our experts, ladies and gentlemen. They suggest that EL Gaming are going to take this out, and they're going to do so relatively convincingly. I, on the other hand, I have faith in our Japanese friends. I say they're going to pick it up in a tiebreaker. 75,000 USD is what is on the line. $50,000 for our first team. It's EL Gaming up against B Gaming. Let's head over to our casters, Jordan and Alex.
Well, Ben, you're not the only one. I've got your back at least.
Really?
Someone's got to back B Gaming as well here. So it's a 7-6 from me, Jordan.
Well,
B Gaming.
I thought you were going to have something better than that when you said to me, I want to take this one. I was like, yeah, Alex has got something up his sleeve here, but he's just gone and done a random prediction. No. I don't know about that one. I think EL Gaming's got this one.
You reckon?
I'm not ready to jump off.
You're going with the stats?
Yeah, I'm going with the stats. I'm not ready to jump off the EL Gaming hype train at the moment. I mean, B Gaming, sure. I'd love to see them take this one to the tiebreaker, and even if they do, I don't think they'll be able to pull it off. EL Gaming, for me, just too strong at the moment.
Look, I mean, EL Gaming, they're definitely... I mean, they haven't lost this season.
No.
Right? We don't need to say anything more than that. You know, if you're a viewer that... Even if you've only watched EL Gaming play once, then you know how good they are because they just do not lose.
No.
Although, again... Their last results against B Gaming have been shaky.
Yeah.
We're at the grand finals. There is so much pressure. You can feel it in the air. Yep. I'm sure these teams can. And, you know, B Gaming, after winning that one against Meltdown, they've got to be feeling so happy here against, you know, that they're in the grand final. And I think that's the sort of mentality that they're going to need against EL Gaming here.
Well, I wonder what we're going to see coming out here from B Gaming to start things off. First map is going to be Muravanka.
Okay. Oh, and it's looking like T110E5s is the pick of the day for B Gaming.
I'm really not confident about B Gaming here on Muravanka. I think this one should be a 2-0 for EL. Even though we saw B Gaming able to 2-0 meltdown on Muravanka, as I've said before, about pretty much every team, EL is always a different beast. EL is one of the best Muravanka teams in APAC.
Yeah.
B Gaming don't like to play this map at all. And when you look at them on paper, EL has a 100% win rate still. And B Gaming have probably like a 30% win rate now after those wins.
Yeah,
look, Meltdown.
It's going to be very tricky here for B Gaming, and you know that one win that they were able to get early today on the Muravanka defense. You know that was with a crazy rush. Are they going to do the same? It's not looking like it here in this first one against EL. But
yeah, look, I think the rush there was really just as a retaliation to the fact that Meltdown had an artillery there. Obviously, we can see in this case EL don't have that.
Yep.
They do have, interestingly enough, a Grill 15 here, which we don't tend to see all that much on Muravanka, but Fox TS, we know he's such a great Grill 15 player. We've seen him. He's picked up the MVP award.
Exactly.
Very much down to the Grill 15, I would say. And I don't mind this pick. It obviously works out quite well on Muravanka. A fairly open map. Lots of options for the Grill 15 to hide around in the bushes and keep himself unspotted and just drop 750 bombs on his opponents.
Yep, exactly. Perfect spot for Fox TS in that Grill to do that. And, you know, Muravanka is a really good map to play the Grill because you can just sit in that forest where Fox TS is. And, you know, we call it the magic forest for a reason, Jordan. It's because anything that's in there, you know, it doesn't get spotted pretty much and can shoot out. It's like the trees are shooting you.
Well, at the moment, EL Gaming are going to make their way through the forest, not going to sit in there, really, apart from Fox TS, who is hanging around a little bit further towards the back, but even he does seem to be moving forward with the rest of his team now, and pushing towards the 2 flag is not something that we see a lot of teams do on Muravanka. It tends to be, I guess, relegated, well, not necessarily relegated, but picked up, or an option, really, for the teams that only the teams that know Muravanka very well tend to go for a strategy over towards the 2 flag, because it can work out so poorly if you get it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And EL Gaming here obviously feeling very confident because they've even got their grill actually now pushed up very far towards that 2 flag. They've started the capture on the 2 flag with the AMX 1390. And that's going to be nice getting on towards that one. Starting to put a little bit of pressure on towards B Gaming. But I mean, I don't think this is a bad spot for B Gaming. They've got that T110E5, and we can see here, you know, from this first-person view, it's very hard for any shots to actually go into that T110E5 because only the turret's showing. It's in a hold-down position. That's what it's designed to do here.
Well, we've already seen quite a lot of cap go away at the moment. I mean, there's only a minute 16 left on this clock. We've seen quite a bit of it ticking away, almost half already for Nice, and he's not spotted yet in the AMX 1390. Doesn't have a camera net though, so a little bit easier for his opponents to spot him, but in saying that, none of them are really in a position where they're going to want to get much closer. They know that Fox TS is hanging around in that position. Guan Ren, though, does get spotted out, and he's quite far forward. Could potentially be under a bit of pressure here. What's B Gaming going to do to respond? It looks like they don't have an angle onto him. No, he's behind the house.
They need the spots. Yeah, they need the spot on towards Nice pretty soon, I would say, but it looks like Guan Ren finally did just take one shot worth of damage, but Utori, worth, they just got the kill onto Nice.
That is 100% worth. Nice, as you say, goes down, all the cap pressure relinquished, there in EL Gaming now. They have to go and fall back to plan B.
And Utori, look at that. He didn't even sacrifice himself to do it. So absolute textbook play. His textbook defense from B Gaming here on Muravanka to start us off with.
Well, that really does put a spanner in the works now for EL Gaming. They don't have their 1390. Who can they put on the flag here? Really, none of them is a good option. Batchat or Grill 15.
No.
That's a lose-lose situation for EL Gaming. I feel like the best option at this point is to rotate back off that 2 flag, try and find an engagement somewhere else, because it's clear the 2 flag hasn't worked out.
Well, exactly, but the issue now becomes that Guanren, he's spotted out on the 2 flag.
Yeah.
And B Gaming are going to know any move that he makes because of that proxy spotting. So it is definitely a tricky situation for EL as Guanren starts to take some damage.
Flag should get spotted out here in the town as well. Might get lit up by a few of those B Gaming players too. So overall, this really doesn't feel like it's been a good start for EL Gaming on Muravanka, but we know how good EL Gaming is at coming back from deficits. This time it's going to be, well, you'd have to say Guanren, like, he cannot survive here, surely. Once Samo is off the reload, Guanren should be going down. Come on. Not quite. But look, in this position, he only has so much longer to live.
Oh,
there we go. We finally see the kill coming out, and look, 2 tanks down for EL Gaming. How do they come back from that?
Look, it's going to be hard, no doubt about it. They've got the Batchats. They do have mobility on their side. So B Gaming, they're very static in those heavy tanks, and that means that it is going to take them a lot longer to rotate and react to any pushes that EL Gaming do. But at this point, when you're 2 tanks down, I mean, you're already looking at a massive uphill climb to try and come back from this, Jordan. And look, EL, they're pretty good, but B Gaming, I don't really see...
B Gaming are pretty good as well.
Exactly. I don't really see a point here where B Gaming are going to kind of let them have any free shots. What EL really would be wanting to do is just finish off T4, take that gun off the field, maybe take Utori off the field as well. Oh. That's going to deny B Gaming some map control and vision.
I would really like to see B Gaming get off to a good start here. If they can get one on Muravanka, they've got Mines coming after that. I think that's very much a map that could go the way of B Gaming. And then maybe we see ourselves at a 3-1, something like that. That's a situation that EL has faced actually against B Gaming before, and they were able to come back from it. But that would certainly be an extremely interesting storyline should that come to the fore.
Yeah, exactly. And EL Gaming right now looks like they are making a bit of a move, but Fox, yes, we can see him. He's all the way back at the A-line, and yes, he's earned his MVP award for sniping this season. But I think he does need to maybe get a little bit.
That's a very long snipe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's more than 300 meters. I'll say that much. But for now, he's content just to sit towards up in that A-line, and Flag's going to get on towards that one cap, or 1 flag, should I say?
Yep.
Sunmi looks like he will join his teammate, but Flag has been spotted out here, so you have to say that B Gaming, they've got the read on this. They know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and if you're B Gaming right now, I would love to see them send Utori up through the forest to maybe get some resets from that E-line directly on towards the flag.
That would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so, and it looks like Utori maybe is moving up there. In the meantime, though, B Gaming, they're not actually waiting for anything. They're just going in, getting the direct reset of the flag.
Well, they know that they have the HP to play with here. They can take a couple of shots and still have the advantage, but that's an issue. They probably shouldn't have lost Samo there. That does give EL
one shot off.
An opening here, although in saying that, the Batchats are going to come in here for B Gaming, and it is looking like they should be able to clean things up. Kyung Power and Taki finding a killer piece. Taki does get traded out there by Black, and actually Black finds a couple of kills before going down, but overall, the advantage that B Gaming had to start things off has led them to a very good position here. 2 versus 4. Quiet and Fox TS, they potentially could pull this one off, but really it's a tall order.
And I think that was a miss there. Fox, yes, he's just missed a big shot in his grill. So now there's basically no way. Utori should be able to finish him off. And there we go. We can hear the cheer from B Gaming as the captain of EL goes down. Now it's down to Quiet, and he's not going to be able to do anything against these 4.
No,
so
not on the reload. Well, he just comes off the reload, but he gets 1 shot across. In the end, though, B Gaming starting off very well. Did not expect them to pick up a win here on Muravanka, one of their least favourite maps, one of EL Gaming's best maps, and that's actually EL Gaming's first defeat on Muravanka this season.
Yeah, wow. There you go. First defeat on Muravanka this season, and it is in the grand final here at the WGL APAC Season 1 Finals. What a game to start them off with. B Gaming, they are obviously very happy. Smiles all around to get us started, but there's a long road ahead.
Exactly. It's all well and good to be like, okay, boys, we've started off well, but one round is not exactly what you need. You're 1/7 of the way there.
Yes.
Still plenty of work to do here for B Gaming, and yes, starting off well is nice, but they're going to need to follow it up, and EL Gaming, we know how strong they are, coming back from deficits in game, maybe in the series as well. I mean, they've faced some difficult situations against B Gaming. No one else has really been able to challenge them.
Yep. And it's funny because, all throughout this season, we have seen EL Gaming on Muravanka beat that exact sort of a hold that B Gaming did. But just like that, some epic plays from Utori, started them off really well, and EL just got caught out. So nice here. It's 46 seconds left. Guanren gets a shot done towards him, and Utori just made the perfect run up towards that little house there.
Yeah. Got
the spot onto Nice, and B Gaming were completely coordinated. They were completely ready for it. Just insta-popped him.
Absolutely, and great awareness there from B Gaming, knowing what they needed to do and able to start things off well. I mean, I'm not so sure. I'm not a big fan of the 2-flag push on Muravanka. The times I see it started, it very rarely seems to work out.
No, exactly. And if you're doing the 2-flag push, I mean, you can't let an RU-251 get that close. It only works when that AMX 1390 or whatever tier 8 tank you've got in the flag doesn't get spotted for very obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So there we go. But then after that, it was just a bit of a matter of cleanup for B Gaming. And again, they primaried their targets well there. They stayed alive. It was just really, really rock solid play. That's the type of play we're used to seeing from B Gaming throughout this season.
So also the type of play we're used to seeing from EL, to be fair.
Well, exactly.
So at the moment, it's kind of a rock and a hard place fighting against each other.
Yep.
At the moment, B Gaming has the advantage, but it's only slightly, 1-0. So still early days here, and too early to call. Obviously, analyst desk and us all divided onto who we think is going to pull this one off.
Yes. Well, let's take a look at who did the damage there in that one. And well, obviously Fox TS, he was
a bit more
shooting pretty well.
Points for that MVP program.
Exactly. You can see why he managed to pick up that one. But T4 and the T110E5, again, allowing a T110E5 to deal 2.5k damage is quite uncharacteristic of EL. You would think, right, that the EL that has won so often this season, they wouldn't do that sort of a slow 2-flag push, because that's really what it was. They didn't rush into B Gaming.
Yeah.
It was just like a slow standard 2-flag push with bat chads. The normal EL Gaming, to me, they would have pushed all the way down the 1 flag. They wouldn't have been worried about the flag. They would have, encircled B Gaming, got behind their heavy tanks, taken them down one by one.
We've spoken so many times about the aggression that EL Gaming displays when they're up against opponents that they know they can defeat. Now, in saying that, maybe they're going to give B Gaming here a lot of respect, which I think B Gaming definitely deserves. But is that going to play into the hands of EL Gaming, or is it going to play into the hands of B Gaming?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't think it's going to work for EL Gaming if they do that, and if they change up, what they've been doing throughout the season to win. There's a reason it wins against most teams, and obviously, EL Gaming, like you said, they do hold B Gaming in quite high regard as tankers, because they're obviously the only team that's come close to them so far this season.
Fox TS has his notebook on the screen there just before. So EL definitely taking this one seriously, heading into the second round on Muravanka, the second half.
Okay, so let's take a look at the tank picks here. We've got an IS-4 for EL Gaming. They're actually going to be going with a T110E5 as well, which we don't see too often from them.
No, it's a very uncharacteristic pick from EL Gaming. Very
it's
often when
very
we see
defensive.
A heavy tank, it'll be IS-3. IS-3.
113.
113
yep.
is what yeah, exactly. That's the tank that they always tend to lean back on when they go for a heavy tank.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit worried here that EL Gaming have just picked that in, and they're kind of turtling up a little bit with that pick. Because that's really what the T110E5 is designed to do. We're not going to be seeing a T110E5, rush in with the rest of them. It's not what it's good at.
Oh, well, we'll find out. We're going to be heading in towards round number 2. Big Gaming have the advantage. Are they going to be able to pull off 2-0 to start things off? That would be a surprise. A massive one after the first round. Even that is a surprise. But EL Gaming are going to be standing in their way, and that's definitely a difficult barricade to dislodge here for B Gaming.
It certainly is. So, B Gaming right here, they're spread out on the attack, and they've got a couple of tanks in towards that forest. Utori and Lod are going to be in there and maybe looking to make the push out pretty soon. But right now, B Gaming, they're just scoping everything out. They're trying to spot where EL are, trying to get some eyes around the map so that they know where they can push. And again, this is a very defensive strategy from EL, but what EL usually do here is they have their couple of heavies, the T1, T5 and the IS4 just sitting around the one flag, and then as soon as the push comes in from B Gaming on towards that one flag, that's when they'll kind of unleash the bat chat trap and, you know, roll the bat chats down the hill and flank around whoever's on the flag. So,
well, we'll see whether or not that's going to be the case here. Samo is going to get himself on towards the flag. Starts that cap timer early on in the piece here for B Gaming. He's taken a tiny bit of damage for his trouble, trying to return a bit over to his opponent, but not having all that much luck in doing so.
No, not really dealing too much, and unfortunately we did just see there that his ammo rack is damaged, which is not really what you're looking for to start off with in that T1 T5.
He's still got his repair kit here, so if the situation arises where he does want to do or wants to repair that, he can do that.
Good move on saving it. Very good move on saving it, just in case he gets tracked, something like that. And because right now he doesn't need the DPM.
Nope.
So we are going to be seeing that cap ticking down as EL Gaming start to put the pressure on.
Black poking up and down on the hill here. He's trying to figure out whether or not he can get a reset, but look at this. The bat chat's starting to roll in for EL Gaming. This is what you spoke about. Eventually, those bat chats do just come across, and now Samo under a lot of pressure here. Doesn't have a shot yet loaded. There we go, but it's going to take him too long to rotate his turret around, and he will get taken down without firing a single shot at any of those bat chats. And all of those bat chats have 3 or more shots left in their clip. Still a good situation here for EL Gaming. They've caught off Tomato JP as well. He should be going down very shortly. 1 shot away from death, and Quiet cleans that one up. Great start from EL on the defense here. 2 for none. Should be another one coming out here. Taki is low on HP, and he goes down as well. You could not have asked for a better start to the defense here for EL Gaming.
Yeah, there we go. They have done their tried and true strategy right there, springing the trap onto the attacking T1 10E5. And look, B Gaming, I'm not too sure whether they were expecting it or not. It doesn't matter.
Clearly not, I think is the answer.
Probably not, but it doesn't matter at this point because they are just getting dismantled. Only 2 tanks left. Utori's on 76 HP. And, I mean, they've got a little bit of damage on the board, but at this point, with 5 EL Gaming members still alive, it's going to be a little bit too late to worry about matters like that.
T4 won't even be able to get one round there. That's a little disappointing for EL, but for B Gaming rather. But EL certainly not going to be disappointed with how that one turned out. We're back to 1-1 as we see both teams picking up their defensive side on Muravanka. A much better performance from EL that time. They looked a lot more confident, a lot more stable on defense than they did on attack.
Yep, there we go. So EL definitely coming back into it, and I think that's more of an expected result there in Muravanka, a 1-1. I think.
Well, I expected a 2-0 to be to EL. To be fair,
right. Well, I mean, I suppose, like you said, they haven't lost
this
season.
Well,
so
now they have.
Now they have. And what a time to lose.
They haven't lost a series so far yet, Alex. Are they going to this time? We've already seen that. You know, that win from B Gaming on Muravanka. Are we going to see it come out as well in terms of the entire series? I wonder. It would certainly be a performance from B Gaming.
Yeah, it certainly would. So, right now, EL Gaming are going to be looking forward. But let's look back on towards that excellent trap there from EL Gaming, baiting the T1 10E5 onto the cap.
It was just perfect.
Yeah.
They didn't even take a shot.
Yeah. So that's what they do, though. So I'm a little bit unsure. If I can call it, then B Gaming could have expected it.
Yeah.
So
you'd like to think so.
Yeah.
They clearly didn't, though. They didn't have tanks in a position to stop a rush like that. And you're right, we do see EL do that quite a lot. So a little perplexing as to why B Gaming weren't aware of that. Maybe just, again, because they're not super familiar with Muravanka. But you have to question, why did they let it get through the pick or the ban phase if they're not going to be willing to play it?
I mean, 1-1 on their worst map. They've just gone 1-1 on their statistically worst map against EL Gaming. So
yeah, that's
if
true.
you're B Gaming, you can't be too disappointed with that.
I agree. I think that's a very good result for B Gaming. I'd be very happy with how that one's turned out. And heading in towards the second map, which is Mines, this is where B Gaming really needs to step up and show us what they're worth.
Yep.
Because a 2-0 here from B Gaming is, I feel, almost what they need. When you look down at the maps to come, B Gaming need a 2-0 here because I feel like they'll probably get 2-0'd on Himmelsdorf later down the track.
Yep.
Anyway, that's, I guess, a discussion for later on. But looking towards Mines, it's a very important one here for B Gaming. We've seen them be able to actually 2-0 EL Gaming on it previously. But EL Gaming, are they going to be able to adapt? That's the real question.
Well, that is the question. And look, earlier this week, EL Gaming, they've been practicing a lot on Mines, and we can see there that Fox TS again doing a lot of damage. Number 3 on the scoreboard in that TVP, 1800 or so. And Mr. Black in his IS4 was at the 2.5k mark, and only 2 members of B Gaming up the top of that scoreboard, which is a little bit disappointing. That Utori, honestly, Utori has been on fire today in that RE251. 1557 damage. So he made every second count. But he was in there. And as we look down towards 8 through 14, well, we can see a lot of B Gaming players there.
Yeah, unfortunate for B Gaming, but again, like we said, a 1-1 on Muravanka, that's definitely acceptable for B Gaming, if a little disappointing even for EL. But really, we've only started to scratch the surface here of this grand final. We've still got a long way to go. Heading on to Mines, it's definitely a potential springboard for B Gaming here to get some momentum on the board. If they can 2-0 this, they're 3-1 up. Then who knows where we go from that point.
Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, you're right. Mines, again, this is the map that B Gaming do want to 2-0. So
it's B Gaming's best map.
Yeah,
and it's EL Gaming's worst map.
Exactly.
I'm very surprised actually that EL has actually let it get through.
It doesn't make sense because later on in the season, we were seeing EL actually pick Mines a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, well maybe because EL, you know,
guaranteed it or something.
Yeah, exactly. Are guaranteed a spot in the finals already because of their points, and they want to practice Mines, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good enough reason, but they still don't look strong in it.
No,
So
to be fair, like we say it's their worst map, but they still have over 60% win rate on Mines.
Yeah.
Not against B Gaming though.
No. But here we go. So EL Gaming into Mines on the defensive side are going to be taking a grill and a T49. And they've got the sort of lineup which you might expect to see a hill push coming in from. B Gaming as well. They've got very much a hill push, possible lineup on their side. 2 113s and a few mediums.
Well, potentially going to get our way onto Mines, and we'll see whether or not we're going to be seeing a hill push coming out from either of these lineups. From the looks of things, I would say we might, but we'll have to find out. Here we go.
Okay, let's take a look. So, seeming like EL, they're not going to be going for a full hill push. Nice in that T49. He's making his way up there.
This is something that we see from EL quite a lot as well. They take these bat chats around through the eastern part of the map. They wrap around behind, and Kyung Pao is going to be caught off guard if EL Gaming don't find themselves in a traffic jam first.
Which it seems to.
Which they have.
Yeah, it seems like they have a little
bit.
But
Kyung Pao, if he gets spotted out here by Black, this has to be a dead giveaway. Kyung Pao has to know that these bat chats are coming around from the back.
Oh,
he has to get out of there.
Yeah,
he will.
He's going to drop. He's
adapted very well to the situation. B Gaming, for their own right now, are starting to rotate around the back as well, and Fox TS might be under a bit of pressure if he doesn't get out of there quickly. I think he's just managed to get around the corner, and so the teams essentially have kind of swapped sides of the map.
Yeah, and Kyung Pao, oh no, he's just been tracked. Does use that repair kit, but
again, doesn't take damage though. That's 2 shots from a bat chat that hasn't done damage. That's pretty big. Now suddenly, though, he is starting to hurt a little bit. And Kyung Pao, as well as Tomato JP, looking very low on HP for B Gaming. Not starting off too well. Black does take down Tomato JP. This is dangerous here on Mines. B Gaming, we said, needed to pick up the 2-0 here. And at this point in time, it definitely doesn't look like they're going to be winning this first one. They've lost the first 2 tanks. And EL Gaming have got so much map control.
Yeah, look, B Gaming just got completely overrun at the back there. They obviously still were not expecting that from EL. And when EL pushed around, I think a couple of those B Gaming tanks, they were just caught out. Kyung Pao, Tomato JP, and nothing they could do at that point as we see the big shots coming in from Nice in that T49. And at this point with B Gaming on about 2,500 HP less than EL.
Guan really didn't have a good time there against T4 though, missed or didn't penetrate 3 or 4 shots and doesn't get the kill where you ordinarily would have thought he probably would have. So that's a little bit more breathing room here for B Gaming.
A little bit.
I think they need a bit more than that because EL Gaming are just going to continue this charge forward. Utori the focus now, Samo. Both of them going to be going down relatively shortly. Samo the first. Utori's 2 shots, 1 shot even away from death here. Depends who shoots him. It is going to be quiet. And now only 3 tanks remain here for B Gaming. I don't think they're coming back from this one.
No, at this point, look, B Gaming, they needed at least another 2 tanks down on the EL side to still have a chance to stay in it. But, well, T4, he does manage to pick up Quiet. Maybe Taki will be able to pick up Guan Ren if Guan Ren shows himself. But really, this was an EL-controlled game from start to finish. They did have a little bit of a traffic jam early on, but after that, there's really not much that B Gaming could do against that push.
No, definitely not. T4 here is just trying to push for information. Black has been spotted out, but B Gaming don't know where any of the other EL Gaming tanks are, and T4 is going to run into Flag, which is not going to be a good situation for him. Flag on the reload, though, so that's a little bit lucky. Maybe he can find a kill here. Maybe not.
Oh, maybe not. I saw a bit of a fire coming on there as well. There's Black from behind the rock is just taking a few shots. Has to be a little bit careful himself, but he will be able to put a big one into the side of, I think that's Lod over there from B Gaming, and it's not what you're looking for if you're Lod.
Nope, and that's definitely not it either. Lod does go down. Just 1 tank remaining now for B Gaming. Spat chat.
Yep.
I thought that was going to be it, but not quite. A little bit more HP than anticipated on that bat chat, but in the end, there we go. Taki goes down, and it's EL Gaming to bring a 2-1 in their favour.
There we go. So, EL Gaming. Ooh, getting the first one on Mines. That is tricky for B Gaming here.
Well, they absolutely need to respond with a win here on the defensive side.
And look, if we're looking at stats, technically Mines attack is B Gaming's best side on Mines. By a smidgen, not a large margin, about 8%, but, I mean, yeah, I really like B Gaming's Mines attack when they've done some of the non-standard stuff, but I suppose what we saw is, I mean, they didn't do anything too crazy. They just pushed the hill.
Well, I didn't think they had really any time to do it either. EL just sort of took the fight to them, which is worrying for B Gaming because it means EL is feeling confident here. When EL is taking those fights, being aggressive, they're feeling like, okay, we are better than our opponent. Yeah. And at that point, you could see very clearly they were better than B Gaming on Mines there.
Yeah. No, exactly. So that's an issue. That's definitely an issue for B Gaming now that EL are kind of warming up a little bit, getting a little bit more confident. So let's take a look at what went wrong for B Gaming right there. So early on, Kyung Pao in that TVP, look, he just didn't have any cover to hide behind. Neither did Tomato JP. Just so many shots coming out from EL Gaming, and all of EL, look at that, they all had positions where they could deal damage to B Gaming. And, you know, B Gaming couldn't focus fire because they had some of those tanks down the bottom of the cliff. You know, they can't aim at the tanks 10 meters above them, sort of thing. So a big disadvantage there. And EL, well, they just used it and went through with it. Pretty clean win for them.
Well, a very clean win. I mean, they lost 2 tanks overall, which is a pretty convincing result, to be fair. We're going into the second half. I mean, we have seen B Gaming very strong on the defense. They seem to counter EL quite well on it as well. So I'm interested to see what tank picks are going to come out here from B Gaming in the second half here. I mean, 4005, 215B, 183, probably towards the latter, I think.
Yep.
That's what we saw them at least really dismantling EL Gaming's attack with.
Yeah, right. Could be. Could be, as we can see B Gaming's shirts there. And, I mean, one thing which we've also seen from B Gaming on mines, which I wouldn't mind seeing as well, but they've done it on their attack, is the FV215B, FV4005. I remember the last time they used that against EL Gaming, it was a dream.
Yeah.
And, Jordan, I'm just looking over at B Gaming's tanks in the garage. And I'm not sure whether that's actually the tank that they were going to be going with, but if it is, I think we're in for a very heavy second half on mines.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll get there in a second. But having a look back at the damage stats for that one, Black leading the charge for EL Gaming. It's a smattering of B Gaming players in there, but the majority, again, EL in the top 7, and generally speaking, that does lead towards a victory for those guys. T49 coming out for Nice, did a pretty reasonable job, 1,400 damage, can't complain about that.
Yeah, no, exactly. 1,400 in the T49. We've seen games where even Nice has done pretty much nothing in T49s before on mine, so can't complain about that at all. And the Grill Fox, surprisingly, only really getting one shot off.
I guess it was over and done with pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So didn't really have time to get himself into a nice spot, keep firing out shell after shell after shell. Just kind of got outmaneuvered by his teammates, really, who got to the damage first.
Yeah, exactly. And I do like that sort of aggressive play sometimes with the Grill. It was obviously still safe the whole time, but it was still a big damage threat. It just allowed EL to blow up at least one more tank a lot quicker. But V-Samo V, Utori, Lod, and Tomato JP down the bottom there. Under 1,000 damage, which is really not what you're looking for in tier 10s and those batchat APs.
No. Now, well, let's lean our eyes over towards the second half here on mines. EL Gaming on the attack. Are we going to see that 2-flag push that's so often seen from them?
Maybe. No, they're pretty excited. Let's take a look first at the tank picks. And yes, Jordan, we are in for a very heavy lineup here for B Gaming. They have picked it's almost a trademark 2 mouse strat.
Yeah, B Gaming specialty.
Mines. The B Gaming special. They're the entertainment tankers.
Yep.
Time for some more entertainment, I think. And, they've got the heavy, then they've got the light in the Grill 15.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes up for it a little bit, I guess.
If there's anyone that knows how to take out this strategy, though, it is EL Gaming. I mean, B Gaming have actually run this strategy quite a few times, the double mouse, and it worked out to start off with. But now that EL Gaming has had time to think about it, aware that B Gaming probably will look towards a strategy like this potentially, then I think, that's going to make life a little bit more difficult here for B Gaming. We'll see what EL Gaming do, but they've had certainly enough time to be aware that this is something that could come out from B Gaming. It's not like it's a curveball.
Yeah, there we go. So let's see EL Gaming already going very, very aggressive, pushing down the coast with about 5 of their members. Quite a nice in the meantime are on that hill, but B Gaming have sort of semi-pushed up to the hill, but they're just sitting at the base of it at the moment. I don't think they're going to be able to push up with their mouses at least.
Well, the first couple of shots actually going over to EL Gaming at the moment. Black and Nice getting tagged up a little bit. Tacky does miss a shot onto Nice, but I don't even know if Nice is going to get out of here. It doesn't matter. Tacky picks him up. Good start for B Gaming here on the defense.
Yeah, great start from B Gaming, and we can see some shots coming back from EL on towards those B Gaming mouses, but at this point EL are on the flags on the flag in that WZ111, and I'd kind of almost rather him actually contribute to this brawl. And that's WZ111. You can deal 500 damage a shot. And instead they're putting the cap pressure on, so a different approach here, but B Gaming definitely have control of this hill, so pretty much whenever they want, they can poke down.
Have a look at that position from Quiet, though.
I've never seen that before.
I've not seen that, no.
I've never seen that before, no. So, and actually that's a little bit disappointing. Can't compare on his grill, his gun's damaged, but I suppose it doesn't really matter because it's a grill, so it's still going to be pretty accurate.
Yeah, you would think so.
But right now, 45 seconds left on the cap. B Gaming probably just formulating a plan at the moment. EL, it looks to be pretty simple. They've just got flag on the cap. The rest of their members on the coast defending and making sure that anyone that tries to poke that cap is punished.
Utori in the mouse looks like he's going to be the one with the job of resetting that flag, although...
Flag's just driven off it.
Yeah, flag just drove off it, so he doesn't even have to worry about that. But in saying that, EL do pick up a tank.
Yeah.
Tomato JP, I think the one that went down.
Yeah, so...
Tier 9 tank. It's probably a batch at 25T AP.
Potentially.
Yeah, it was the 25T AP.
Squadron there just getting another shot on towards T4, who has now come down. Tacky is going to be coming down as well, getting a few shots on towards Fox TS, but I think Fox TS has just unloaded his clip. Didn't seem to have had much of an effect on T4. But now Quiet, look, this is the issue for B Gaming. These TVPs are still up, and Quiet's just about to unload his clip in towards T4.
Well, he's got a couple more shots left, and that's definitely enough to clean up T4 here if he can penetrate either of them. But he needs to be careful. Can't move forward too much. Tacky's covering off his teammate.
Especially now that T4's reloaded, he can't move too far. I would have almost thought he could get the shot, but no, they're playing it smart. They're playing it safe. Fox TS takes down another, and Black finds a VSAM OV. So at this point, look, with 6 members still up from EL Gaming, only 4 from B Gaming, I think, even though they are Mousers, Jordan, there's a limit to how much a mouse can do. They need the kills on the board.
The advantage of the mouse is that they have a lot of HP, and at this point, they don't have much HP. So, might be better off with, I don't know, an AMX50B or something for that amount of HP that they've got. Still, though, overall, it's been a strong performance here from EL Gaming on Mines. Like, we thought coming into this, maybe B Gaming might be able to, in some sort of perfect world, pull off a 2-0 on Mines here, but in fact, it's been the opposite.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Potentially should be the opposite here.
Look, they can still, B Gaming can still 100% come back into this. They actually have more HP overall than than EL Gaming at the moment. So, you know, they definitely are healthy. And Tacky, just like that, he's going to find Fox TS. I love this aggressive play from Tacky. And he might be rewarded again with maybe another shot on towards Grand Ren or Black, but it looks like he's just going to play it safe. In the meantime, Kyung Power in that Grill 15, he's coming up as well towards the central hill. And B Gaming aren't in a rush here. Look, they're on the defense. So
yeah, they don't need to be in a rush. If we see Kyung Power start to get involved here with only 22 HP, I mean, if he can pull off a kill, maybe onto Quan Ren, or get a shot into Quiet, that could be huge here for B Gaming. Sun Mi takes a shot. And this, as you said, it's not over just yet.
No.
I kind of ruled B Gaming out, but
no.
I don't know about that just yet.
I think that's a dangerous assumption to make, that B Gaming are out of it, because, you know, those Mouses, they are very, very sturdy tanks, and you know, even Quiet in that TVP, he's going to have a bit of a struggle penetrating a Mouse. So, oh no, the Kyung Power has been spotted out there. He has to really duck behind cover and get unspotted.
So important for the Grill 15. Oh, he's made a mistake there.
Look at that.
Kyung Power does go down in that Grill 15. EL Gaming, that might be enough for them. You thought maybe if the Grill was going to be able to get a bit of damage across, get one more shot at least. There was something in it here for B Gaming, but with a rock climbing mouse.
Oh, there we go. Black's just gone down. So, actually, right now, if we look at the hit points, B Gaming are so far ahead of EL. Tacky in his bat chat, he's still on full HP.
Tacky here could be the key player, and is really the key player for B Gaming. We can't expect the mouse of Lod or Utori to make a play here. They're just too slow, and they don't have the HP to work with. Tacky takes a massive couple of shots. He needs to take down Quiet here. It's a one-shot. He will not die to Quiet, but Flag lurking around there as well. This is such a dangerous situation. Utori actually takes down Quiet. That opens up a little bit more room here for Tacky to work with, and Flag moving around as well a little bit. This is actually looking like B Gaming could potentially close this one out. 3 versus 3 now.
Yeah.
Tacky, if he falls back here, maybe he can get the reload off. Lots of time to play with. Sun Mi takes a shot from one of the Mouses.
Oh, and look, just like that, Flag's 1 shot away from death. Sun Mi's 1 shot away from death. Guan Ren is, well, maybe 2, but definitely not healthy. And this is why the B Gaming mouse strat here on the defensive Mines works so well. It's just because at this point, like, what do you do against it?
You bounce shells, apparently.
You bounce shells.
Well, Utori takes another shot, but really, what kind of a dent in the armor is that? Really, I mean, Guan Ren now on the reload here. That opens up a bit of room for B Gaming to work with, but they don't seem to actually want to do anything, and that's fair enough, considering B Gaming are on the defensive side. They don't have to do anything here. They just need to wait for EL to time this one out, and EL, for their own right, aren't too keen to try and engage a battle here because, as you said, 2 of them are 1 shot. Guan Ren, 2 shots at best.
Yeah.
It's not a great situation for the Chinese side here.
That's right, and Taki in that bat chat, he's pushing up. Maybe he'll soon start making some pressure on towards Flag, and maybe finding him. And the issue again is that those Mouses, with the time that's left, now we're starting to run into an issue where the bat chats on EL.
Taki's not spotted here. He can get a free shot into Flag, and he does just that. Flag goes down, and now B Gaming, they have the tank advantage. They have a massive HP advantage, and the timer is working in their favor. This is looking like a very good performance from those remaining 4 players that were finding themselves in the 5v4.
Yep. And Guan Ren there in the bat chat, Summy in the bat chat. Look, they're good tanks to have left, but at this point, we're running into the issue that they might not even have enough shells in a single auto-loader clip to deal enough damage to take down B Gaming.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a slow and steady victory from B Gaming. I guess what you would expect coming out from a mouse strat. Slow and steady, but gets the job done in the end.
The race.
Or potentially gets the job done in the end. We'll see what EL can pull off here, but I don't think it's mathematically possible at this point.
It
probably is. Actually, considering they've got 2 bad chats.
But, I mean, again, factoring in ricochets now, you'd say the mouse will get at least 1 ricochet of those bat chat shells. It's certainly going to be tricky. And, I mean, there's nothing else that B Gaming need to do here. Like, the worst case scenario is if those bat chats come around the back of the Mouses. Obviously, it's going to take a long time to turn their turrets around. But you don't need to. So, yeah, just like that. Sunmi's going to poke around, doesn't do anything. Utori just says, "You what, mate?"
This game of cat and mouse has certainly gone the way of the mouse. B Gaming, 48 seconds left, if that. Guan Ren, of course, really not in a position to be able to do too much here with 3 shots left in his clip. It is going to be B Gaming to close this one out, bring it back to a 2-2. So, I guess at this point of the game, I would have said I thought we would be at a 2-2, though the fashion which we've gotten here has been a little different. 1-1 on Muravanka, unexpected. 1-1 on Mines, maybe a little more expected. But definitely I thought B Gaming had the potential to pull this one off on Mines. And the final kill goes out to B Gaming with a cheer.
Yep.
They put themselves back to the equal scoreline.
There we go. So 2 apiece here in our grand final. B Gaming definitely smiles after that one once again. And I mean, that was just pure B Gaming. 2 Mouses, push up to the bottom of the hill, get some resets, throw in some bat chats. Bob's your uncle, At B Gaming, they've done it before throughout the season, and they've done it, I'm sure, against EL at least once. Maybe.
I'm not so sure. I think against EL they went with the double tank destroyer strategy.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But,
we'll have a look at the replays here and see how things worked out. It looked like for a moment it should go the way of EL, but in the end, didn't.
Look at that beautiful little boost there by Mr. Taki in the bat chat, in the tier 10 bat chat, and that's the issue, pushing an AP up there. It's going to load a little bit slower, and it's not going to be able to contend with a real bat chat.
Nope.
So Taki was just able to really punish that by Nice, and it was just a little bit greedy by EL Gaming there, I think, because they had most of their forces on the coast. They couldn't help Nice out at all, and I think honestly it was that early disadvantage that might have even lost it for EL Gaming there, because after that they just couldn't come back, and B Gaming, I think, for the rest of the battle were ahead in terms of HP.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have 2 Mouses on your team, you kind of hope that you're ahead on HP. Because if you're not, then something's going wrong.
Very much so.
B Gaming was able to cling in there.
Look at that nice little shot from Kian Kampao when he was so low.
I love the Grill 15. I think it's a great tank.
Yep. Grill's very solid tank.
I'm a big fan.
I should grind out to get it someday.
Yeah, I'm going up that line, but not anywhere near it, unfortunately. I was trying to get the waffle, and I didn't get to it. So, plan B is get the grill.
Yep. I think it's a good plan B.
Still miles away, though.
Well, B Gaming, though, they definitely used it to its fullest on the defense.
Certainly.
There on Mines. So, I mean, if there's anyone out there that is a a fan of the Grill 15 wants to learn how to play it, definitely get a notepad, jot some notes down, because these players are the best in the region here. That's why they're at our grand final. And we can see there, it was very, very close B gaming. They had to play every one of these little fights just to a T, and they did.
And Taki there, you can see him just moving away from the bush a little bit to make sure he doesn't get spotted as he shoots.
Yep.
You sit in the bush, then you don't get the camo value from it once you've shot. Guanren goes down in the end at B gaming. 2-2.
2-2.
It's close.
It's close. Well, you reckon we're going to see it be nice and close again on our next one?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, Kian Power, and again, Kian. He is, when
Coming
B
up
gaming's
big.
doing well,
Yep.
he comes up big. Exactly. We saw him at the top of lots of the scoreboards there against Meltdown earlier in the day today, and just like that, 3,700 damage in the grill. That was, for I think the good part of that battle, lumbering around on a sliver of hit points.
Yep.
And a damaged gun. I think he had to damage something else as well. So, good stuff there by Kian Power.
I mean, only 6 shots, but that much damage, making everything count.
Yep.
Nice didn't get much done in his Batchat 25T AP. It's obviously the player that we saw up on the hill.
I like who tore his mouse. He just dealt 387 damage in it. He's like, he just sat there, and he was 3,000 hit points.
Fair enough.
So if EL Gaming had just completely ignored him,
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
I guess, with the mouse. But looking forward now onto Prokhorovka. EL Gaming's pick. A very good map for EL Gaming. 87% win rate throughout the season. Prokhorovka is not so favourable for B Gaming. I mean, they still have a positive win rate, but definitely a map that they're not super keen on. They've vetoed it out 6 times, so we'll see going into this one. But again, it's leading towards EL Gaming a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think it's hard to disagree with that. We can hear EL Gaming having a bit of a chant before they get in towards this one. But let's take a look at the maps as we get into this one here on Prokhorovka. And in terms of the tanks, nothing too crazy from either side, Jordan. Fairly standard.
Yeah. It's very similar to the strategy that we saw B Gaming run on their defense against Meltdown. Might be, in fact, actually the exact same.
Yeah.
But, I think that worked out okay for them. They did get rushed down by Meltdown in the end. I'm pretty sure they lost their defense, actually.
Yeah, well, again, like you said, Prokhorovka, not
did.
B Gaming's best map.
No.
But, look, they're in familiar tanks, and...
A 1-1 here for B Gaming would be about as good as they can hope for. I don't think we'll see a 2-0 coming out from them.
I would be very surprised to see a 2-0. EL are super, super strong here on Proc.
And they're going to be going forward very confidently as well. Fox TS leading the charge. They've spotted out Utori, but no one else from B Gaming really in that sort of a position. Otaki and Kian Power have got some firing angles in towards mid. For now, though, none of those EL Gaming players have been spotted out, aside from Black. And he could really put a spanner in the works here. If Utori gets rushed down by EL Gaming, you better believe he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
it's going to be the case. The Batchat's making their way forward. Quiet does take a couple of shots, but now it's Utori's turn. He is the focus of fire here for EL Gaming. Quiet will go down, though. Perhaps a misjudged sort of a push coming out from EL Gaming. They weren't expecting all of those B Gaming tanks up towards the northern end of the map to be firing in toward their position. Finally, they get Utori. But is it worth? As you say, Guanren is tracked. He will go down to Kian Power as well. And B Gaming with the tank advantage.
Yeah, just like that. B Gaming get one tank up. Taki holding on with 159 HP. As it's looking like right now, EL Gaming going to be recovering, heading back into the action with, in the center of the map. They've sent Black up to scout. B Gaming, they're still back down there at the top of the 2 flag. And I'm just a little bit worried for B Gaming here. If they get rushed now, then they
Look at Black. He's going so aggressive in towards a Batchat 25T.
He set him on fire.
He set him on fire. Yeah, you're right. Tomato JP takes a huge amount of damage. Black, what a hero here for EL Gaming. He's going to go for another shot. That might have been a mistake. He gets absolutely punished for that. Taki and Kian Power getting a kill over, or a couple of shots over to him apiece. And, well, for all the good work that Black did, he sort of just threw it away a little bit there by giving up a bunch of free health for that. But still, you take it. I mean, a tier 8 versus a tier 10, trading equally.
Yeah.
Always good for EL Gaming there.
Yep, no, exactly. Good for EL Gaming. But at the moment, look, B Gaming, they still have the hit point advantage. And right now, I feel as though EL Gaming might have left them a little bit too much time to prepare for their 2-flag defense, because now they're all set up. Now, B Gaming, they've got a couple of tanks up on the hill there, and look at that.
He's not going to fire the shot. It would have been a difficult one to hit, so yeah. I think that's fair enough from Samo to save the extra ammo.
Yep.
They don't need to be going for risky shots like that either. They've got a lot of HP advantage. They have a tank advantage. They can just play this one out standard, make sure they get the correct trades.
Yep. No, exactly, you're right. They don't have to do that. So in that regard, now EL don't know where VSAMO is. So that's a little bit of information, and information is always very, very valuable here. And the issue with EL Gaming's lineup here is it's very squishy. You know, they didn't have the 113, they didn't have the T110E5. So really, a couple of their tanks are a couple of shots from death. Nice, Fox TS and Black. So we are going to be seeing Sunmi spotted out right there, and I think Sunmi might be in a little bit of trouble, but I'm worried for these B Gaming guys if EL Gaming come back over the hill and just start lighting them up.
Oh, right into the
trade.
No! He's not going to be punished for it by the looks of the eye. He takes another shot, so that's not great.
It could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse, but at least he gets out of there with his life. 50 seconds left or so on that cap timer here for B Gaming to get a reset, but you have to say they're in a good position here to be able to get one. T4's made his way very far over on towards that 1 flag. In a tier 110E5, hasn't been really punished for it at all, and should be able to get this one no problems at all.
Yep, and does actually get the reset as we see a nice little ding coming off Sunmi, but just like that, Tomato JP's gone down, and on the other side of the map we're seeing a little bit of a scuffle breaking out.
Yeah, Black gets off the flag cap there. T4's done his job essentially, now he just has to sit back and relax, really. Let that timer tick away, but EL Gaming have swung the HP back in their favour, so a nice passage of play for them. There could be yet fight coming out from EL Gaming here.
This is still very much neck and neck, because the issue for EL is that they're on the attack, right? So they need to... oh no, T4's taking a lot of damage. But yeah, the issue for EL is that they're on the attack, so they need to either get on the flag or they need to be the ones to make the push. And B Gaming seem to be quite good at responding to that, although at the moment their forces are stretched out quite thin all the way down the railway, and one on the hill down there at F0. So,
yeah, I'm not so sure about this sort of a setup here for B Gaming. I'm starting to get a little bit worried for them. They bled a lot of health over to EL Gaming for free. And it started off so well here on Prokhorovka, but are they going to be able to finish it off? That's the real question. T4, he should go down here.
Oh, Nice has missed it.
Nice misses a shot. That's going to allow T4 to get at least one more shot in here. Nice might actually go down here. Does he have a shot? He does. T4 gets picked up, but that could have been a lot cleaner for Nice.
Yeah, I don't think that was worth it in the end. EL
HP
Gaming
swings back in the favour of B Gaming.
Exactly. So EL Gaming right now, still pretty much neck and neck, but getting themselves on towards the flag again. So right now, let's take a look at what tanks are left here for EL. They've got 2 Object 140s, a TVP, and an RU-251. So they've got some fast tanks, a lot of damage on the field, but they don't have the auto-loaders, whereas on the B Gaming side, they've got 3 bad chats and an STB. So
lots of auto loaders for B Gaming there. And in a brawly sort of a situation, you probably do favour them.
Yeah.
They have enough damage really to clip any of the EL Gaming tanks. So I think B Gaming are feeling pretty confident about this one. But look at how close the HP is.
Yeah.
Really not much in it.
Not much at all. Just a drop. As we are going to be seeing B Gaming maybe looking to push up, and I think you're right. I think they do need to look for a brawl here, B Gaming, so that they can use those auto loaders. They need to take down Fox TS first before he can empty his clip. And after that, focus on Sunmi and Flag.
Yeah. Although, admittedly, like, they don't need to look for anything, really.
Well,
they just need to keep getting resets. They're on the defense.
It's true. I'm always a little bit reticent to say just get resets because I can't remember the last time a team has just got resets.
If you remember, actually, between B Gaming and EL, the first time they played on steps, both sides won because the other side failed to get a reset on steps.
True. Actually.
That's what put it into the tiebreaker.
Yep.
And, well, I mean, we're not quite there yet, but the history has a habit of repeating itself. So maybe we'll see it once again. Hopefully not here for B Gaming, though. They have 20 seconds left. They need to make something happen here. And Lod is getting absolutely wrecked. He's the one going forward for the reset. Still has not spotted Black out. Finally gets the spot across, but is it too little too late? Are they going to get the reset? Black is moving towards a more defensive position. He does get reset in the end there, just in time for B Gaming, but I don't know if that's worth. Look at how much HP B Gaming have lost off that Kyung power, also getting dropped. That's not worth it all.
Well, look, they need one more reset. If there's just one tank on the cap, but now Fox CS is getting on the cap. I'm not sure if he's going to be pushing out. No, he's staying on the cap. So again, this is so tricky, but I feel as though this is still going in B Gaming's favour right now because
are you sure?
I might just retract that statement, Jordan.
Yeah. Well, Samo, what can he do here? He's the one with the HP, and well, it's not much. He's got 25 seconds left to work with. Needs to make his move now.
But he can't. He doesn't have shells. What's he going to do?
I don't know.
He needs shells in the clip to shoot them at EL Gaming.
I think he'll get the reload just in time. From the look of things, he has got the reload across. Is he going to get the shot across? He gets one, but it only gets 5 seconds on the reset.
That's not going to be enough.
That is it. They get the cap, and well, Taki goes down as well. So EL Gaming starting off pretty nicely there on Prokhorovka, though it did look a little bit shaky at the beginning.
Yeah, a little bit shaky. But at the end, they do pull through. So EL Gaming going to be pretty happy with that. And are we going to be seeing another little repeat of our last map, Mines, and seeing B Gaming coming back in the second half, I wonder?
Hard to say.
Hard to say. We could see B Gaming studying their kind of strategy books or little printouts of the maps that they have. And look, I think it started out, that one. It started out pretty decently for B Gaming because they were able to smash out Quiet. Guan Ren got targeted next, and I think they managed to get him down, only losing one.
Yeah, he got tracked, and they cleaned him up pretty easily.
And Utori managed to get a couple of...
He got tracked twice in a row.
Yeah.
So unlucky for him. But overall, I mean, EL pick up the victory. This was interesting. The Black getting so much damage out of Tomato JP.
That was good. Good from Black.
And then he kind of got a bit silly. I'm not sure what he's hoping for
just
here.
A little bit.
Yeah, maybe you could make the argument if he could have taken down Tomato JP, but there was no way he was going to one-shot him. So
exactly. So
that was a questionable decision.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Oh no, nice here, missing the shot onto T4. So look, it wasn't flawless there by EL Gaming.
No, by no means.
By no means. So, I mean, B Gaming there. I don't know. Coming into the second half here, look, I'm not sure if B Gaming's standard tanks or standard strategies are enough here on Prokhorovka, because I think that was just pretty standard, nothing too crazy. They just defended out.
Yeah.
2 flag. I did like the positioning there on the tanks on A6 on the railway line for 4B Gaming, but at the end of the day, just wasn't quite enough for them.
We could potentially see maybe an artillery coming out here on Prokhorovka from B Gaming. It's not something that they're averse to doing. Tomato JP tends to be the player with the artillery for those guys. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. For now, having a look at the battle stats for that one. Flag, Fox TS towards the top of the scoreboard once again. Kyung Power for his own right. 2.1 in the STB, but just not enough there for B Gaming this time.
Yeah. No, exactly. Kyung Power there, 2.1k, just didn't cut the mustard for B Gaming. And the rest of them, B Gaming having 4 members in the bottom 7 of this game. And I mean, really, if we take a look at that, it doesn't really tell us too much. The post-battle stats there. Utori in that 113, look, he died first and he still dealt 900 damage, so it really wasn't a big issue. That A251 of Black, 1340, pretty respectable effort there from him. Nothing else too crazy on the Prokhorovka lineup. So moving on to the second half here at Prokhorovka, Jordan.
We are indeed.
I'm thinking, if you're B gaming,
I think B Gaming's thinking as well.
right? Yeah, well, you can see them. They're looking very pensive over on the desk. And let's see what we are going to be rolling into here for Prokhorovka. Half number 2.
No artillery for B Gaming.
No, they're going with the grill though. So
Grill
opting for that.
IS-7.
Opting for that nice long-range sniper in the German Tier 10 tank destroyer. And I love the IS-7 here on Prokhorovka attack because
me too.
you can put it onto that flag, that one flag particularly, and it is very, very hard to pan, particularly with, when you're against the RU-251, the TVP, even the Bat Chats will struggle penning it sometimes. So I do like that.
Well, we'll see. I mean, EL Gaming should read this situation relatively well. I mean, from that sort of a setup that B Gaming have got, it is fairly straightforward as to where their ideal sort of a situation would be. So EL Gaming does look like they're going to be defending towards sort of the mid area of the map, but B Gaming have kind of gone for the fakie. They've decided to go back over towards the western part, or the eastern part rather.
Yeah. Well, I like that, throwing something a little bit different in there, B Gaming. Maybe it's what they need. Oh, don't need those Kian Power getting spotted out.
Oh, he gets another shot. Does bounce off him, luckily.
Oh, he can't get tracked here. Otherwise, he's going to die.
He cannot afford to go down. He has been the player for B Gaming at the moment that's been putting the damage numbers up. And in a Grill 15, they're expecting him to put some big numbers up as well.
I'm so worried for Kian Power here.
Yeah, this is troublesome. Samo and Taki, though, are going to run into a couple of Bat Chats here. They do have the backup of their teammates. One, Ren should go down here very early on to start things off for B Gaming, but so will Taki. It's a 1-for-1 trade overall. Well, it's saying that should be a 2-for-1 after this. Quiet misses the shot onto Samo, and he hasn't got much longer left here. Lod will take him down.
There we go. So a great little start there from B Gaming. Off to a slight advantage, but EL are fighting back, taking down Taki, and now it looks like Utori might be the focus. And I think in a brawl situation here in the town, I'm probably going to favour B Gaming. Because they've got the IS-7, they've got the 113. Just a little bit more hit points on the board. I like what Lod's doing here. Maybe with V-Samo-V, going for a bit of a flank. If they can get up the railway fast enough and come around the side of EL.
Well, if they recognise that there's no one up towards the northern part of this map, they can definitely utilise this area. Sunmi will be right in the firing line of Samo. Fox TS at the moment, not quite. I think he's probably below the depression there, but overall, it's not too bad here for B Gaming. Lord does put a shot into Sunmi as the rest of his teammates push over the tracks as well. Sunmi under so much pressure. In the end, Samo in the Bat Chat is going to be able to take him down. 4 tanks left alive here for EL Gaming, and they were able to come back from a deficit in the last round, but this time it's maybe not looking quite so easy. Kian Power still yet to actually go down, and maybe he won't go down. Fox TS, though, surely should.
It's on 9 HP. Fox TS is on 9 HP. He's surviving.
Look at all these shots flying past him.
Oh, the little
Utori.
TVP that could, but Utori will finish him off. And in EL Gaming, they're down to 3 tanks up against B Gaming's 5. This is looking like it's going to be another 1-1 at the moment, Jordan, but let's not call that just yet.
I think I'm quite confident to call that it's going to be a 1-1 coming out here.
You reckon?
Yeah. I think it's a little bit too far gone here for EL Gaming. Yeah, Black's doing a bit of damage over to T4, but it's sort of just tickling at this point.
Yeah.
T4's not too bothered by that one. All of the EL Gaming guys, or at least not spotted, but they know exactly where Black is.
Yeah, and EL Gaming aren't together at the moment, so it's going to be very, very hard for them to group up and find any more picks on towards B Gaming. Maybe Lod will go down, but I don't think the rest of them are healthy enough. And look, these Object 140s for EL Gaming, I mean, I'm still a little bit half-hearted on them, because it's like when EL are in Bat Chats, you know, you're scared of one, you're scared of 2 EL Bat Chats. But when they're in the Object 140s, it's just like, well, yeah, they can shoot and reload, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, they can't deal however much damage per clip. You know, 1600 plus.
Well, yeah, for EL Gaming, the Object 140s definitely haven't worked out. Though, in saying that, it's been a really nice read from B Gaming to get control of that northern part of the tracks. That's really where things turned around.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a great little move there from B Gaming to push up the corner of the tracks. Catch EL out. And it was done so decisively as well. It's like they didn't think about it. They didn't wait to do it. They just did it. And that's why it worked so well, I feel. So right now, B Gaming are going to be able to put themselves on towards that flag, trying to close this one out. And look, Black's going to try and poke over there, but I think he's probably going to be punished. Flag's going down. And in 10 seconds, I'm going to see the score even up.
Well, who would have thought we'd be back at 3-3 after the first 6 rounds?
Yeah.
I would have thought maybe like a 4-2, probably. But B Gaming pull it off. 3-3 now, and they're still in it. We've seen them struggle to close matches out against EL, but they've always been able to hang in there till the very end, and this could be another one where they might hang into the very end.
Well, maybe.
Shaping up to be that way.
Maybe. Like they've been going well against EL so far in this series, but again, EL, you never know when they might just spring out the usual EL strats on them, rush them with bat chats. And
Yeah.
I don't know. They're obviously struggling a little bit. I wonder if EL thought coming into this one that they'd be 3 apiece at the halfway point.
I think EL have a good degree of respect for B Gaming. I mean, I was talking to EL beforehand, and
Yep.
I was like, how do you guys feel about this? Do you think you're going to win? They said, well, yes, in a sense, but not like, yes, we will win, 100%. It was like,
Yep.
our opponents are strong. We need to play well.
Yep.
So I definitely think EL Gaming is giving B Gaming the respect that they deserve.
Very logical approach there from EL Gaming. And B Gaming there we can see T4, V-Samov and Utori, all the top damage dealers for Prokhorovka in that second half there. And again, I love that IS7 pick there from Utori because I think he ricocheted a lot of shots. He was looking really good. And Kyan Power in the grill, like, that was a struggle early on. If he'd have been tracked one more time, then I think that entire map could have been maybe, flipped on its head a little bit. But it's not what happened. So Kyan Power managed to survive a little bit longer, and so did B Gaming.
Yeah, it's been a good start for B Gaming. A pretty good start for EL as well. I don't think you can fault either team too much here. 3-3, it's still hanging in the balance. And we'll really get to see how deep these two teams' map pools go, because we've got some more coming up in a bit. For now, though, we might hand it over to our analysts to break down those first 3 maps.
Thanks, Jordan. Yes, what a game we have seen so far. 3-3 is the score after 3 maps played. And I think in this best of 13 format, gentlemen, when you're talking about a map pool, it's imperative that you need to be good on the majority of these maps. You get to ban out 1 apiece, and at this point, it looks like we might see all of the rest of them.
Yeah, it's a pretty close game, huh? I'm pretty surprised. I'm a bit surprised, really, to be honest, that it's this close. Like, I knew that B Gaming was going to kind of bring it to EL, but, this is actually, they're going 1 for 1 on, some of the maps, and it's pretty good.
Madhouse, how are you feeling right now? Your prediction sitting at 7-4, and the guys from B Gaming, well, they've already picked up 3.
I'm still sticking with it like I did with my last one.
Well, you've been right so far, but I feel that the Sandman hype train is ready to go. I'm getting on the front. I'm on the front of the train, ready to go. I'm shoveling coal in to the B Gaming train, and it has left the station right now.
Tacky carry.
Yeah, absolutely,
he
absolutely.
that Lions game.
There have been some amazing games of World of Tanks today, and I'm so glad that this grand final is getting to the point where we're at right now. Only 3 maps remain, but let's discuss the first 3 maps that we saw. So, Muravanka, we'll start off with that one. It was our first map in this final. The score was 1-1, with both teams winning their defensive side. Let's talk about B Gaming on defense here.
This was a really great strategy that they did here. So what the RU would normally do is there's a bush just near the cap that would light the 1390. Obviously EL, they're good, they know this bush. So as soon as that 1390 would get lit, he would die. So they actually set the RU back in a different bush and waited until the team got ready to shoot the 2 cap, then moved up, lit him, and then got safe. So that way he could light him, get the 39 off cap, and not die himself. It was a really good counter strategy by them.
Yeah, I think they really studied what EL would do and just set up the RU there so that he could run into that building and actually light up the other bat jet, which was key because them picking up the 1390 was one thing, right? But then picking up another Batchat who was stuck behind that building, like permalit by being proxy, that was like a big deal. And yeah, from then on, it just snowballed to like, you know, basically rolling over EL. EL can't really do much at that point. Like, they're out of position and they're not really heavy. With B Gaming still having like their T110 that can just push forward and plow through them.
Well, we talked about B Gaming being that counter strat team, and EL Gaming being a team that, whilst they're adept at many things, we see them play a similar way. Matt House, would you suggest that this strat that EL used here was something that the guys from B Gaming were expecting to see?
It obviously was, because that RU always was there from the beginning. It was sitting there, ready. I mean, it could have been kind of predicted by the fact that it was all Batchats and a grill, which is normally what they use to go to the forest.
Yeah, at the beginning we were talking about it and we thought it was like a mistake because he wasn't actually lighting the cap. But then when we saw what he did, it was like, oh, it's on purpose.
Just going with the 6 strats. So we'll swap it up here now with EL Gaming on defense. Of course, they will win this round. What was the story here?
I think it's mostly their really good read of where B Gaming was. B Gaming was all camped inside the forest, and EL, instead of going through down the 4-5 line through the mid to reset, they went down the other way, which basically permitted them to get a free kill off the T110 that was actually capping. Which, you know, snowballed into victory, because then all of B Gaming rushed in, because they probably thought that EL Gaming would be reloading their clips, but they did a really good job. Is that all the Batchats only fired maybe 2 rounds from their clip, means all of them were still with rounds. So when B Gaming came in one at the time with their Batchats, EL Gaming was just able to pick them off, and that's what really gave them the win. It wasn't just the T110, it was the fact that B Gaming maybe rushed in thinking that they were all on reload, and it just cut them off.
And we saw there at the end, really, they won quite convincingly in the end there. So 1-1 on the first map. The same could be said for Mines. Another 1-1. All 1-1s across the board here, but I suspect those 1-1s were for different reasons, I suppose. So let's talk about Mines. How did this one start off?
These were both really good attacks, what they did. I especially liked in game 1, it was a bit earlier than this, but the TVP was where Black was, and it would have lit all the bats going north, and Black purposely moves up on him and starts engaging him, because he knew the only way out of there would be to back off. So when he backs off, that lets all the Batchats move up, and they've taken so much of the map now, and the bats haven't been lit until this point. And then Black takes it out the bat from the middle, making it so that all they have to do is focus on one direction, while Fox, up on the hill, continues to cover the entire south of the map.
Also, I feel like they made a mistake. The BA Gaming was like heavier, so they could have actually pushed onto the hill when they saw those Batchats swinging around. I think they were a bit scared of the grill, but it would have worked out for them. This is a lot later on into the game. At this point, it's just snowballing. You know, once you get that advantage, it's really hard to like fight against the flow when you're like that far down. So at this point, it's just EL going one tank at a time, just playing well and finishing off tanks.
Well, that's it. That's, I suppose, a little bit of what we were talking about earlier. When you're at that disadvantage, whether it's because you've got a sniper or artillery out of the fight, or you just manage to catch your opponents off guard. Once you get that first 1 or 2 tanks in, it kind of snowballs out. It's really hard to get back into it, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, you can see B Gaming getting picked up there. So, looks like B Gaming will also pick up their defensive side here. So, on the first 2 maps, the team's picking up both the defensive side as opposed to their attacking side. Is there a reason for that? Is it just by chance?
They did a very similar thing. I don't think 2 cap is a very strong strat, and they really tried hard to counter-strat the Mousers, because they always pick these Mousers. So what they wanted to do was take Island, have Nice on the hill to spot them, and also to shoot them in the back. That way the Mousers always had to look at one direction, but they were getting shot from 2. But as soon as they saw the bats going Island, Tacky goes up on the hill, gets Nice off the hill, and the same thing happens. Now they have most of the map, and EL was reduced to this much of the map, as you can see now. And as soon as they took that bat on the hill, it was looking down for them, because then all the map gone. They're now reduced to this just 1-2 line. Stuck
and
in
then
a corner.
really excellent play by Tacky over here, really doing a good job, not losing any HP the whole time. Like you see there, right? He backs up into the bush. He's going to put it at the back of his tank into the bush. That way he can actually poke over without being lit. He's going to take out Black, who is spotted by the mouse right now. So Tacky will not get lit shooting him, which is really good. It's just, I think Tacky really carried this game, to be honest. He might not have done the most damage, but he got most of the kills, and he really like finished out the tanks. I mean, that's what really needed to be done, especially if EL are really good at sharing damage, and if you can really lower down their tank their tank count, then basically that's winning the game.
Yeah, and you know, I talk about this in a lot of games, and I think it's quite relevant in a game like World of Tanks, where your HP is a resource to use. It's not, oh, I got damaged, that's no good. You've got to share it as a team. You see it in a bunch of games where, in reality, having an extra person alive is actually quite crucial. You've got that firepower. It's another person that your opponent has to think about. And you can see that B Gaming actually, it looked like they were behind for a little bit here, and they managed to bring it back one at a time.
They were behind. That's the thing. Like, they were really behind. They had the 2 mouses. The mouses are kind of a liability. Well, you don't really see it as a liability, but they are if they're not being pushed or if they're not being attacked, basically. So that's why it looked a bit hairy, and then Tacky by himself managed to control all the bat chats, and that's what really won them the game, is Tacky controlling the bats, keeping them stuck to the area and letting the mouses work them. And yeah, he finished it off. I think it's a big carry by Tacky.
So what you're saying is, if I'm shoveling the coal into the hype train, then Tacky's up there at the front leading the way, steering us through, making sure we're nice and safe. Well, that's good to know. Now, when we talk about these two teams, we talk about B Gaming's counter strats. Would you say that the players in EL Gaming are more skilled individually than the guys from B Gaming? Would that be accurate or not?
I think they're more skilled at this type of playstyle. Like, if you've ever met them in a pub game, you'll realize that they don't play at the pub. They're practicing, basically.
Yeah.
And they'll just go in and, like, brawl. Like, I saw them practicing earlier on in the map, a really, really small map, Mittengard, which is like a really tiny map, and they were just fighting against each other just to practice brawling and just coordinating without, like, none of them were talking, but they were coordinating attacks in small scale, which is like a little city map. And it's just, they just practice that over and over again to get it to a point where it just comes second nature, and they can just...
So you're talking about when they get into these brawls, when they're finding each other nice and close, firing off their shots, they practice that time and time again.
They practice it way more than anybody else, and they definitely have an advantage just going around corners. Like, if there's one building, they're going to utilize that building like the best way possible, you know. They're just going to use it, like, because and without even calling it, they know where to poke out and how to take targets down without taking HP damage and conserving their HP. That's why you see most of the time the HP will be like the same across, unless somebody gets caught out. Like, they'll really go down at the same time because they practice it a lot. Like,
they share out that HP as a resource, like we were talking about.
Exactly.
Matt House, then, what is B Gaming doing here that allows them to stay in this game? We talk about their counter strategy. Is that really what's crucial here up against a team like EL?
Definitely. They're reading their lineups extremely well, and they're doing what I said at the beginning of the day. You really got to stop them from taking the map. If they take the map, then you're going to get reduced, and that's what happened in that Mines game. The teams that reduced them to nothing were the ones that won.
All right. Well, our last map in our first 3 maps that we have seen here in our grand final, it's Prokhorovka again, another 1-1, which is of course why we're sitting at three maps apiece right now. We're going to start off here. We can see with EL Gaming on the attack, B Gaming on the defense, 4:30 on the clock. What are we going to see here?
Well, this is a bit later on in the game. I think, this is where basically B Gaming starts taking it back. I mean, EL starts taking back the game. Before this was really B Gaming's game. They controlled a large portion of the map, and they actually had some advantage. But, like, I think they lost it by trying to go south. Like, we see Tacky. He's way out of position right now, and there was another tank with him before. And the problem is that B Gaming kept capping, and really they had to keep wasting tanks to get that reset in, and that's what really cost B Gaming the game in the end, just having to go over to try to reset over and over again.
And we could see there exactly what you guys were talking about before. EL Gaming, they had a number of tanks left, and they were all just on a sliver of HP, which allowed them to have that tank advantage towards the end. This is the last round that we've seen so far in this grand final. B Gaming obviously picks this one up. Look at this here. You didn't expect necessarily to see all these guys from EL Gaming go down, but you can see Quiet ends up getting picked up in the end as well.
This was very good because the bats, EL Gaming's bats, did not expect that. You saw that one of them actually lost like 800 HP before he actually turned this gun to face the real threat, because they were focused on the middle guys there, and they just got rushed by both bats. And I think, that's when B Gaming really got the advantage over here, and especially over here they do another tactical choice to go over the rail line and negate the fact that Black is taking the hill.
You guys found that really interesting. I was sitting here, you guys were discussing, you're like, wow, they're pushing over the rail line altogether.
It's a decision, like, it's a really an important decision, because the map is split in 2, right?
Yeah.
So you're giving up one side and going all into the other, which is like it's make it or break it at that point, right? But I think it's really good because like the grill would have been negated because of the RU on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
The grill is on the hill; it'll die so fast. So it's good that he ran down with the push, and I don't think EL Gaming was expecting this, to be honest.
I think the best thing EL could have done was just straight up not send the bats there. Like they saw it at the beginning, and they still sent the bats there. Like you're putting 2 bats there, and the whole team is there. Yeah, you might kill one of them because you got the middle covering it, but you're losing 2 bats for 1 tank, and now they've got that side anyway. So if you just took those bats away from the hill, kept them on your side, kept them alive, I think it would have gone a lot better.
Well, they didn't. I don't think they knew that.
The RU spotted them when they crossed over.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe they're like EL not reacting, or maybe they thought they were gonna do more damage in the middle. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe they thought the main fight was gonna be in the middle, and that B Gaming wasn't gonna push all the way over. Because those 2 bats at the beginning, they were surprised. Like you could tell they were like, "What?"
And that seems to be a common theme here with the guys from EL, perhaps getting a little bit surprised by these counter strats or different things that the guys from B Gaming are using.
Yeah, I mean that's what I said. Like B Gaming, they study it, you know. Like
Yeah.
they know what EL are gonna do. So like EL's better be careful because it's gonna happen again and again.
Are you guys considering changing your prediction? Halfway point.
I don't know. Right now, I would probably give one more point to B Gaming, but I think I'm gonna keep it like this just because I think the map's coming up. It's probably gonna favor EL Gaming a bit more.
Okay. What about you, Madhouse?
I might give them an extra point, but I'm going to go with my gut from the beginning. 7-4.
7-4 still, 7-5 here. I've got 7-6, and I'm still on this B Gaming hype train. But I think we can all agree that so far this game has been way closer than we thought it would be. We're going to head into our final half of World of Tanks here today. It's EL Gaming up against B Gaming. $50,000 US is our first place prize. I really hope this goes to the tiebreaker. Let's head over to our casters to bring us all of the action. Jordan and Alex, over to you.
Thank you, Ben. And, well, Alex, I'll give you a chance as well, since Roby and Madhouse have had an opportunity to change their prediction. Do you want to change your prediction?
No, because it's going to be exactly as I predicted. 7-6 to B Gaming.
All right, well,
there's no doubt about it.
I'd love to see it. I would love to see it go to a tiebreaker here. I think we've got 3 potential maps left, and then maybe our tiebreaker. But it's the last few maps of the WGL APAC Season 1. It's been a long road. It's been the culmination of all this effort coming down to just this for EL Gaming and B Gaming.
That's right. It has been a very long season, and this is it. This is the peak of the season for these two teams.
Pinnacle.
And the pinnacle, exactly. So everything is going to be on the line here for both of these guys. And, I mean, with the 3 maps that we have left, we've just been taking a little bit of a look at our stats here. And, I mean, I was saying to Jordan that I think that this is going to go 1-1 again for the next 3 maps. I think we are going to see a tiebreak.
I kind of questioned it, and then I had to look over at our notes, and I was like, oh, you know what? Actually, this could go to 3-1-1s.
Actually.
So, well, in that case, we'd be at 6-6, which would be the dream, wouldn't it, really?
It would be the dream. And, well, B Gaming there. They were doing a bit of strategizing in our little analyst desk segment. And now, hopefully, for their sake, they've got all of their strategies ready. And I'm still waiting. I would love to see EL here just pull out something crazy.
Yeah.
And surprise us all and take out a win. So far, they have been pretty much sticking to the tried and true. But that's definitely been enough to give us a pretty good show so far. So, moving on to our next map, of course, which is Ghost Town, Jordan.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little bit tricky for B Gaming, obviously, because EL are generally very strong on Ghost Town. But if B Gaming just do like a Ghost Town defense, maybe with some Mausers.
I believe actually last time B Gaming and EL played on Ghost Town, it was a 1-1.
Yeah. And that would make sense because B Gaming, they've got a 73% win rate on the Ghost Town defense. It is a map a side which they look really, really strong on.
And exactly, and EL Gaming a little weaker on the attack as well. So that kind of matches up nicely for B Gaming there. I think 1-1 coming out here on Ghost Town wouldn't be off the cards. Both teams picking up their defense.
Yep. Yeah, no, exactly. When we look down at our kind of stats here, EL Gaming, they're all green because green is above a 70% win rate. And then there's just a few little dots of yellow, and one of them is the Ghost Town attack, where they only have a
70%.
70% win rate. Jordan, your stats aren't.
What?
It should be green.
No, above 70% is green.
Anyways.
Between 30 and 70 is yellow.
Anyways, right here, you can see BL Gaming looking very focused, as they should be.
BL Gaming?
BL Gaming.
Bad Luck Gaming?
BL Gaming.
Wow.
I mean, they could form into like a super team.
Yeah. I don't know how well that would go, speaking different languages, but here we go. Heading into Ghost Town, it is going to be another mouse and an E100 this time for B Gaming.
WZs for EL Gaming.
Also for B Gaming. They've got
also
one.
for B Gaming, they've got one exactly. So this is going to be so tricky. I love the fact that both teams have picked that T57 heavy. You know, it's a tank that can deal some of the most damage in the game if you let it unload its clips.
Alrighty, here we go. The second half of EL Gaming and B Gaming going to be getting underway. Ghost Town at the moment 3 apiece between the two top teams in the Asia Pacific region. Still yet to find out who we're going to crown as our champions. And, well, probably within the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes, I think we'll be finding out. Let's have a look and see. EL Gaming starting off on the attacking side. B Gaming on the defense.
Yep, and EL Gaming are wasting no time at all in starting to push towards that one flag, all staying nice and grouped. So a little bit worried for B Gaming right now, because if they run into EL, they're going to be 3 tanks down up there.
Yeah, Taki and Tomato JP are miles away from the fight. I mean, to an extent as well, Kyung Power is really not in it. And Lod and Samo are getting rushed down a little bit here by EL Gaming. The first spot of damage comes across to Lod in that mouse. The two big heavy tanks, the super heavies for B Gaming, trying to hang on to each other. And Black, he's just overcommitted a little bit too much to this one. 45 HP left and now none, as the T57 heavy of T4 is able to take him down. But there's a firing squad for EL Gaming that absolutely cleans up Samo. But have a look at this, AMX50B, 2 bat chats as well coming around behind EL Gaming. This has been a good play from B Gaming. They need to get the kills though. Kyung Power has 1 shot left. That's going to go into quiet. Lod under a little bit of pressure here in Mouse as well, but he's doing his job. He's soaking up the damage while the Bat Chats can deal it, and B Gaming have absolutely demolished this push coming out from EL Gaming.
Exactly. The Mouse has only just gone down. EL Gaming, they wasted so many shots pumping it into the Mouse right there, and just like that, B Gaming with an excellent flank. Those tanks just demolished EL Gaming there, and EL, they're fighting back a little bit actually. Taki's just been dropped low.
Fox TS is on the reload here, and he's under a lot of pressure. Should be getting dropped by one of these 2 tanks. Actually, no, Kyung Power now on the reload, but Fox TS down to 76 HP. He's super low. The reload should be coming across here. T4 gets a full clip across. Fox TS is going to come off the reload here, and I think T4 might go down, but what T4's trying to do here is bait Fox TS into Tomato JP, and it looks like it's worked out here. Tomato JP gets the reload across. Is he going to get the shot? Not quite, it bounces. Fox TS gets another shot across, or it has another opportunity to get a shot across. This is going down to the wire, but B Gaming definitely have the advantage here. Once the reload comes across on that T57 heavy, I think that's going to be it cleaned up. Tomato JP as well, pretty much everything available for him. Flag the last one alive from EL Gaming, and what a read from B Gaming to start that one off.
And there we go. B Gaming for the first time in this series get the lead against EL Gaming, 4 games to 3. And I mean, I just love those tanks that B Gaming picked so much. The E100, the Mouse, and that is exactly what EL Gaming wanted. Sorry, what B Gaming wanted EL Gaming to do. They just had the brawl in the city. They had those tanks flanking around. They came in at the perfect time. All the while, you know, those EL autoloaders were just wasted on the Mouse, and he was angling his armor so well. You know,
fantastic play coming out from B Gaming. EL just played into their hands, and that flank coming across from the Bat Chat, the 25 TAP and the 50B just wreaked havoc on EL Gaming's offense. They dropped 3 tanks straight off the bat, and as you said, all that damage going into the Mouse. That's exactly what EL Gaming shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's that sort of a scenario.
I mean, admittedly, EL didn't really have anything else to shoot at the time, but it was just the perfect situation for B Gaming.
And look at Lod. It wasn't just 3,000 HP, right? Because a mouse has 3,000 HP. And then Lod here, we can see him, he's ricocheting shots. Ricochet.
Using the corpse of Samo as well.
Ricochet. Again, it's just so much wasted damage.
And by this time, look at this. Sunmi on the reload, Flag on the reload, Nice on the reload, Quiet on the reload, and Guan Ren on the reload as those 3 autoloaders come around the corner for B Gaming. There was absolutely no one that could respond to that from EL Gaming, and B Gaming just getting the timing down to perfection.
Yeah, B Gaming here. Look, they've always been a little bit of EL Gaming's
Kryptonite.
sort of kryptonite.
Yes.
Kryptonite up until the last game of the whatever tiebreaker they're playing in. But, again, taking a lead against EL Gaming here.
Now, admittedly, that's the one that we said B Gaming would win. We said if it was going to be a win or 1-1, defensive side win. So, I don't think it's all said and done here for EL Gaming.
No.
We know on their defensive side they're super strong. They've only dropped 1 round on Ghost Town. So...
But can you imagine if B Gaming actually win this next half here on the attack?
It will be huge.
It will be huge.
It's not off the cut. It's definitely not something that's impossible. They have 7-4 on Ghost Town attack throughout the regular season, so that's not a bad result for them at all. Before we get into that second half, we'll have a look here.
Power.
AMX50B up the top there. T57 heavy for T4 as well. Not too surprising to see those autoloaders up towards the top. Fox TS as well chiming in for his team, but 5 out of 7 for B Gaming. That's really the story of Ghost Town.
Yeah, Fox TS probably getting that padded a little bit by the mouse kill.
Yeah.
So... And Flag,
even the mouse did a bit of damage.
Yeah, Flag did a good job in that WZ111 there. Did 1,800 damage in the tier 9.
Poor Samo didn't manage to do much in the E100.
Poor Samo.
Again, did his job. Soaked up some damage for his higher DPM teammates. And the victory comes for B Gaming. As you say, they put themselves in the lead, but only by 1. Cannot rest on their laurels.
Definitely not. Look, there's pressure on both these teams now because finally, for the first time, B Gaming, maybe their strategizing has paid off. We can see all their little drawings there. Might be their secrets to winning Ghost Town right in front of them.
Well, they're going to need to think of some new ones because they're going to be picked apart here by some teams. Oh, look at that from B Gaming.
Okay.
3 E100s on the attacking side. Only a couple of autoloaders this time, so maybe going to be lacking a little bit on that DPM. But in saying that, with E100s, if they get the trades across, they're going to win them all.
Yeah, exactly. This is definitely more of a lineup for B Gaming that's focused on trading rather than going all out into a brawl. Because of course, you've got those E100s, about 750 damage a shot. The WZ111's about 500 damage, so you just want to be poking around corners, getting shots, poking back, and look, they can still hold their own in a brawl, but against 4 AMX50Bs, they're probably going to come out on the bottom.
I think the important part to look at here for B Gaming is, again, they have that 2 WZ111 sort of a setup. Again, I'd very much expect them to be going towards that 1 flag and getting the WZ111s on there. Just taking that time, getting that timer ticking down and really starting to put the pressure on EL Gaming. We'll see if EL Gaming is going to be aware of that, if they're going to set up for it. Whether or not B Gaming in the end are actually going to go for it. It looks like EL Gaming going to be going pretty aggressive here. They want to gain control of a lot of the map. And B Gaming, well, in those E100s, they're not going to have much of a chance of beating EL Gaming to the punch there. Utori already taking a bit of damage there. His driver's been damaged as well, so he's going to have to be a little bit slower here. And the WZ111's not in their favourite positions. Samo trying to work the way around the back as well, but EL Gaming, they start off well. Guan Ren does pick up the first kill here on the second half of Ghost Town.
Yeah, there we go. Great little start from EL Gaming, taking out that tier 9 heavy tank. And just like that, B Gaming, they aren't really in a position to respond. They can't, use these E100s to push up too fast because they're E100s. And just like that, that's another shot that hasn't gone through.
Yeah. There's a lot of shots missing here for B Gaming, and there's another couple that just don't connect. Lod, this time the one that's not getting the damage across. The 113s for EL Gaming here, just starting to pump some damage into T4. The E100s really not working out here all that well for B Gaming. EL have read this situation so well. Black in the RU251 also trying to get involved in this fight, and we can see EL starting to get a bit of an advantage. It's a 3-for-2 trade overall in EL's favour, as we start to see now EL Gaming push their advantage. Black Flag, Fox TS all trying to make their way forward. Fox TS probably going to be going down here, but Flag does manage to take down Tomato JP. Only 3 remain for B Gaming, and EL have just come out swinging in the second half.
Yeah, there we go. EL looking a lot stronger here on the defensive side of Ghost Town. And, I mean, B Gaming there, they did give it a little bit of a crack and have managed to take down quite a few members of EL Gaming. They might even be able to take down 5 by the end of this battle. But, yeah, with Kyung Power going down, something like V Samo V is not going to be able to do too much more in this one. Unless he can get Nice down. But evening up the scores, again, we're going neck and neck here, Jordan.
We certainly are, and it's great to see back to 4 apiece after round number 8. And TE and B Gaming, EL rather, and B Gaming, they have that history of going to the tiebreaker. They have that history of delivering epic games. Once again, it seems like we're on that projected path.
There we go. So, right now, you can see the B Gaming guys not too disappointed after that loss. Of course, statistically, they're weaker half there on Ghost Town, the attack.
Yep.
But let's take a look at how it went down. So, early on, again, though, the mobility of the E100s really did bite.
EL Gaming, they knew that they could get into the
Yep.
position faster, and so they took advantage of that. As you say, they catch Utori off guard, one of the faster tanks on B Gaming, just a little bit further ahead of his teammates, and that was enough for EL Gaming to just get that advantage and slowly snowball it.
And look, the E100, again, we saw those E100s rushing in and maybe missing a few shots. It's not really a tank where you can afford to, to miss a shot, because every shot from an E100 is effectively, 2 shots from any regular kind of maybe 400 damage heavy tank. So with double the reload, so
yeah,
really
there was a
one.
lot of missed shots there from B Gaming as well. I mean, it's not just down to the fact that EL played that one well, but B Gaming, it just didn't work out for them at all.
Look, they were rushed into getting into that position. Maybe the WZ111 shouldn't have pushed up that far early on. Potentially, I'm not sure. Either way, B Gaming there taking out the loss, and I mean, look, even in a situation like that, right, they still kept it together. They still were able to keep their cool, call some primary targets, take down 4 members of EL Gaming.
Yep.
So, but EL definitely looking super strong.
The 113s for EL Gaming doing the heavy lifting there, but nice to see the Amex 50Vs getting involved too. Not really much to say about that, I guess. It's just EL Gaming again on the top of the scoreboards, getting the damage across that they need. I suppose a little surprising to see Samo that far up, being in a tier 9 tank, but we've already spoken about how strong of a gun
WZ111
the WZ has.
That's why it's hovering at around a 70% win rate this season so far. It is a super strong tank. And we can see down the bottom there, Utori and his WZ111 only about 900 damage.
Well, the real trouble is T4 didn't get any damage across LOD, only 1 shot. It's not so great for those E100s.
Yeah, that's the danger of picking 3 E100s. I mean, I'm sure Madhouse and Roby-Wan Kenobi might have something to say about the E100s. Because, of course, speak from Team Coalition Zoo as they are, they are very well known for their E100s. It's basically their trademark strategy throughout the season. Picking, 3, 4 of them.
Yeah, well,
and
maybe too many of them at times.
Maybe too many of them. So B Gaming might have been having a chat to those guys earlier on, taking something out of their playbook.
Coalitions who just wanted to get involved with the final, that's all. They got there in one way.
Yeah, exactly.
In spirit.
I've told these guys to pick T110E4, but they've said they wouldn't. So
right. Well,
anyway,
let's put Ghost Town out of our minds now. We're still even. Heading on to Himmelsdorf now. Next map.
Okay, Himmelsdorf. We are going to be seeing some pretty standard tanks here on Himmelsdorf. Nothing too crazy. No tank destroyers for either side. EL Gaming are going to be going with that IS-7. So that nice, sturdy Tier 10 Soviet heavy tank. Those 4 French auto loaders, the AMX 50Bs that are so popular. Great for brawling, great for fighting it out. The 113 as well, that Chinese Tier 10 heavy tank.
B Gaming starting off on the defensive side here of Himmelsdorf. I've said it so many times before. I'll say it one last time here in Season 1. They're bad. They're bad at Himmelsdorf defense. There's no sugarcoating it. They're very bad at defense. Very good at attack, though. So, 1-1 again for me.
1-1. Who knows? They might have practiced, but honestly, I think you're right. They're not too crash hot at Himmelsdorf defense.
Unfortunately, though, up against Meltdown, they got 2-0. So this might be an opening here for EL Gaming to finally crack that nut.
Maybe.
That is B Gaming.
I think if B Gaming don't go 1-1 here on Himmelsdorf, then that could be enough for EL Gaming to take it. But
Samo's in trouble here. He's spotted out a lot of tanks, but they've spotted him. 823 damage goes over to him, and well, he's not getting out of here alive. He's going to try and get some damage across, but that will be that. Samo goes down. Sunmi starts us off here for EL Gaming.
And look at this, and B Gaming, they've got two 113s nowhere near the fight.
They're just trying to take this fight, but you're right, there's 2 away from the fight. Even the AMX50B, to an extent, is really not up in the fight just yet. Taki and Tomato JP trying to hide behind the little cover that they can, but it's not going to work out for them too well. Taki has to try and take the fight here, has to get the damage across, and they are focusing down that AMX50B, but here it's going the way of EL Gaming at the moment. They've taken the first 2 kills. Tomato JP on the reload isn't going to be able to take down Guanren either, and he himself will be going down. B Gaming, like I said, the defense is never kind to them, and once again, we'll be seeing history repeat itself.
Yeah, look, they tried for a bit of a interesting push there at the start, and I mean, well, we can see how well that's worked out as the rest of the 113s of B Gaming are finally in the fight. That always helps, but they're not going to be able to do anything now. Exactly, too little, too late for those ones, and well, EL, are they going to lose a tank here? EL might be able to pull this one off without losing a tank. That would be good.
It doesn't look like they will. Kyunkam Power and Lod both going to be going down. And it's all down to T4. He doesn't have any of those low HP tanks to fire at. And there you go. EL Gaming perform the clean sweep. They don't lose a single tank.
Yep.
A very strong performance there to start off on Himmelsdorf. But, like we said, that's expected.
Yep. That's expected. So EL playing that one really, really well. I mean, again, they coordinated their fire beautifully. They all pushed together. There was really no time in that game, in that very short game, that I saw B Gaming having a chance. If they'd actually pushed all of their 113s down with their AMX 50Bs, like maybe, you know, maybe they would have actually been able to brawl it out. But like, I don't understand that, because EL Gaming has every chance to do exactly what they did and push right out there, right out the rail yard.
Yeah.
Because that's what they like doing.
Samo just a little bit too aggressive in that RU251. I don't think he expected EL Gaming to be there at all. And it was an easy cleanup there for EL Gaming. Sure, it gave a lot of information to B Gaming, but it doesn't matter. When all that free damage goes across, and EL Gaming was able to respond because of the lack of tanks from B Gaming, they just caught B Gaming out of position. Or, really, it just felt like B Gaming caught themselves out of position almost.
Yeah, no, I think so. They pushed down and they're like, okay, we want to fight. Oh, a fight.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go. But,
EL Gaming were very happy to oblige.
Yeah, very happy to. Honestly, it was just like target practice for EL Gaming. They looked very, very hot there in that little engagement and not losing a single tank. I mean, I'm not too sure how many WGL players can attest that they played a grand final in their region and, you know, won a game where they didn't lose a tank. So, particularly on Himmelsdorf, where, I mean, obviously brawl-focused map. So we can see B Gaming there maybe passing around a few strats. Could be the key to victory.
Okay, boys, the rush strat didn't work on defense. What are we going to do on attack?
I'd love if their strat was just like
rush away.
No, just like a giant line drawn down from their spawn down the banana. Just like, okay,
we go. Well, it didn't go so well for B Gaming there, as you can see.
But there we go. I like that IS7 pick there from EL Gaming. I really like the IS7 on Himmelsdorf, and Sunmi showing why. 2,800 damage with that one. Picked up a kill as well. And nice in that AMX 50B. Getting 2 kills to his name. And unfortunately for Utorian v Samo v, 0 damage. Lord not much higher on 360 in that last one there. So B Gaming definitely just going to be wanting to put that one out of their minds.
I think that's fair enough. We all expected them to lose on defense of Himmelsdorf. Now they have to respond. Now they have to show us what they've got on the attack. And they absolutely must bring this one back to a 1-1.
Yep. There is no doubt about it. That is what they have to do here. So, right now, we have got the guys on EL Gaming looking very, very focused. If they can get this win against B Gaming here to extend their lead to 2-0 them, then that might just be enough.
Well, very well could be Runeberg, the map coming up after this. It's a map that lends itself towards a 1-1, but let's head in towards the next half of Himmelsdorf. 5-4 again coming out between EL Gaming and B Gaming, might I add.
Yep. As it has been 2 times previously this season, but here we go. B Gaming, they're not mucking around. They've got the Mouse and the E100 picked here for the Himmelsdorf attack, and I mean, we've seen it work on Ghost Town. B Gaming, they're good at Himmelsdorf attack, and I think those are the tanks that they need to win this one, Jordan.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
You don't sound confident.
It's just so hard.
Yeah, well,
yes,
it is hard. It is very hard.
Yeah. I think B Gaming can do it.
Yeah.
Bring it back to a 1-1. Put us into Runeberg at 5 rounds apiece. It's all down to B Gaming here. Well, and EL Gaming, what they can do on the defense. We know how strong B Gaming are on the attack. They're going to make their way up through the hill. EL Gaming down towards the railway for now. Black just spotting out through the middle of the map, but hasn't managed to get anything just yet.
Yeah, no, nothing too crazy. Just doing the hill run, sort of thing, the mound up. But B Gaming pushing up on the 0 line from the looks of things, and that is going to take them quite some time with Kian Power in the mounts. Tacky in the bat chat is kind of heading or heading in the back of the charge.
Look at this though from EL Gaming being very aggressive, getting a lot of information. When they push into that church courtyard, see that there's no B Gaming there. They'll know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think this works for EL Gaming because like now, B Gaming, if they do actually just push on towards the 2 flag without hesitation.
They've been spotted out.
Oh, have they?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, yes, EL Gaming have been spotted out.
Yeah.
So I really think that B Gaming need to get on towards the 2 flag super quick.
That's the go signal for B Gaming. They've spotted out those 3 or 4 tanks down towards the southern end of the map. They know, all right, boys, that 2 flag, it's completely undefended at the moment for EL Gaming. We need to get in there right now, and they're doing just that, charging down the hill. Guanren leading the defensive charge from EL Gaming up the banana, but they're going to be running into Utori, Lod as well, headed in that direction. And EL Gaming now going to have to be essentially playing the role of the attackers, trying to get in towards that 2 flag.
Yeah, exactly. So B Gaming right now, they've got themselves into a pretty decent position. Ideally, it would have been nice if they could have got some of the Mouses or the Mouse of the E100 on towards that 2 flag. Instead, that's not going to be happening.
Good trade.
Yep.
B Gaming pick up a favourable one. Still, it's very early days here. Hard to call. But I like the situation that B Gaming have found themselves in. They've got good map positioning.
And these trades, that's exactly what B Gaming wants. You know, they've got the HP buffer of the Mouse. They've got the E100 as well that can they deal 750 damage a shot. He's just ricocheted that one. So Lod is going to be trying to fight back, maybe seeing if he can get shot on towards those EL members that need to push up. We do have B Gaming. They've put a tank on towards the cap, so some pressure starting to come onto EL. Great shot there by Lod.
Excellent shot from Lod, right into the cupola of the 113 there. And as you say, that time is starting to tick away now on the base capture. Kian Power in the Mouse and Samo in the 1390, both sitting on the cap timer here. And EL Gaming will have to respond sooner or later. They're doing a bit of damage over to Utori. Kian Power takes a shot as well. And now things are starting to really heat up here. Both sides taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, there we go. So we can see right now the push is on towards the cap. EL Gaming have moved quiet and flagging towards there. And Kian Power is struggling a little bit. He's just taken 1,315 damage. And it's going to turn into more pretty soon.
Kian Power, he's, Not looking too healthy here at the moment. Tomato JP is going to hurdle around the corner here and try and save his teammate, but Kian Power does go down in the end. At least Tomato JP gets the trade out. It's a 1-for-1 at the moment. Really hard to say who's going to come out of this one with the advantage. There goes another kill, though, in the way of EL Gaming. We need to see B Gaming respond here. They need to find the win on the attacking side of Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, they really do need to, as we are going to be seeing T4. There we go, against the kill on towards Black. That's only the AU251, the tier 8 tank. And T4 himself, he's getting dropped down now. Flag's going to be the one to take him down, and this isn't looking too good for B Gaming, I don't think. Elfish Guy, 3.3 KHP. EL Gaming, 1,700 above them. And
Fox DS just trying to hide in the little hidey hole there, but really I don't think it's going to matter here. He does go down in the end, but 2 went down for B Gaming in that short period of time. And Tomato, JP and Taki, they're the only ones left alive here for B Gaming. They have 4 tanks of EL Gaming to go up against. I think the dream is dead, almost.
You think? Well, yeah, it's 5-3 at the moment. And with only those 2 tanks alive, make that one. B Gaming are not going to be able to pull back from this one, so it will be EL taking out Himmelsdorf 2-0.
Himmelsdorf has not been kind to B Gaming throughout today. They lost 2-0 to Meltdown. Now they've lost 2-0 to EL Gaming, and EL taking a lot of confidence off that one. They're pumped up now, 1 map away, 1 round away from taking out the victory here in the WGL APAC Season 1 2016-2017.
There we go. So we can see B Gaming. There's still a couple of smiles there from them, but they have a big battle ahead of them to try and take the win out on Ruinberg 2-0 to stay in this. Let's take a look at where it went wrong for B Gaming in that one, and we can see Quiet and Flag on towards that 2 flag. They really had a big part to play in that little push. When they got on towards there, they just dealt so much damage on towards Kyung Power in the mouse and really disrupted B Gaming a lot. And I think the issue
Look
for
at Taki.
Yeah.
Taki's all the way down the southern end of the map.
What's Taki doing?
I don't know. Was he chasing someone maybe? But
well, he's not chasing anyone anymore, so yeah, potentially a bit of an issue there. Taki just getting a little bit distracted. Who knows? But really, I feel as though when B Gaming saw EL Gaming down the south, when they saw them completely out of position, that's when they actually needed to push on towards the 2 flag with more of their tanks, because they did this little hold on the 8 line on the banana. But I don't know. I would have liked to see the 2 flag getting pushed there.
There it is, the trophy.
The trophy.
Could be EL Gaming's trophy in 1 round's time. Maybe not. We'll see what B Gaming has to say about it.
Well, B Gaming are going to be trying their best, but look at that flag. Fantastic play in the 113. 4.5 thousand damage.
Not bad.
That is, I think that's a little bit better than not bad.
Yeah,
against B Gaming.
Definitely.
Good plays there from Flag and Guan Red in that 113 as well. 2.4k damage. Nice in the Amex 50B, doing well as well, but no Kyung Power at the top of the scoreboard there for B Gaming, which is never a good sign for them. Tacky instead.
C4, 25 damage in an E100.
Oh, yeah, those E100. Yeah. We haven't seen the E100 really do much today, apart from when EL picked it.
There was that one for B Gaming when they had the E100 and the mouse on Ghost Town.
Yeah, but even then the E100,
it didn't do damage. It just 8 shots. So yeah. Well, it's still not over yet for B Gaming.
No, definitely not. We got to think about Ruinberg.
Ruinberg, indeed. It's a very good map for EL Gaming. Very good map for B Gaming.
On the defense,
yeah.
Not so much on the attack. They've only played the Ruinberg attack twice.
They've only won it twice.
Sorry, only won it twice. They played it 4 times this season, and well, they veto it quite a bit to B Gaming. B Gaming have vetoed Ruinberg 11 times.
It is actually their most vetoed map.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't feel so comfortable on it. I mean, I guess EL Gaming isn't particularly big fans of it either, seeing that it's so far down the map pool here. But both teams have a pretty reasonable record on it, at least.
Yeah, I think so. So, well, here we are on Ruinberg. It is not typically a map that we see 2-0'd, which is my concern here for B Gaming.
Yeah.
So, that's what they need to do in order to stay in this game and in order to draw it out to a tiebreaker.
Yep.
Otherwise, EL Gaming here, they are One
round away.
1 round away from being the WGL APAC Season 1 2016-17 champions.
B Gaming, luckily, starting off on the defensive side, their favoured side.
That's good.
Generally speaking, the favoured side of Rurenberg as well. So, at the very least, they should be able to get that first one and then set their sights on picking up the second. At least they don't have the tough ask of starting off on the difficult side.
Yep. Yeah, I think so. So, Eagle Gaming right here. Looking very, very focused. Chatting amongst each other in what could be potentially the last game of their season here. And there we go. So we're seeing the tank picks. Let's see what we've got coming into Rurenberg here. Nothing too crazy, Jordan. Both teams, they don't want to risk anything in what could be the last game of the grand final. B Gaming going with those 113s. Nice and heavy. The Amex 50B, the Bat Chats. Pretty well-rounded lineup. EL Gaming, again, going with something pretty similar. They've got the IS-7 on the attack, which we do like to see on Rurenberg.
Well, there you have it. The last map of the WGL APAC, at least in regular time. Coming out here, Season 1, Rurenberg. EL Gaming and B Gaming, the top two teams from the region. So close at the moment. It's just down to this last one for EL Gaming. What can they do?
What can they do? Well, they've showed us some pretty wonderful tanks this season. And they might be showing us a little bit more as B Gaming rolling through the town. Let's see how B Gaming is setting up. They've only got one member back at that one flag. That's going to be T4, so I like that. T4 can rotate pretty quickly. He's in that batch at 25T. B Gaming, they're sending Utori in the T54 lightweight down to Scout, and Scout he has. He's just spotted out two of EL Gaming.
Nice and quiet, as you say, have been lit up by Utori, but he himself has been spotted, and it's going to be the first mission here for EL Gaming, getting rid of Utori, taking him out of that position. It's not an easy position to remove someone from, especially with a low-profile tank like a T54 lightweight. They need to be careful here that they don't take too much damage from B Gaming, who are holding up in towards that small town. But they definitely need to take Utori out so that they can have a bit more freedom down towards the southern end of the map.
Yep. No, exactly. You don't want a tank there, which is essentially like, a little sentry, just looking over those tanks, because that offers B Gaming so much map control and so much vision. As soon as that T4... the issue is that T54 can pop out at any time that B Gaming is ready in the town. And B Gaming can get ready, say, okay, pop out now, and boom, just like that. T54 can pop out, can spot EL Gaming, and the guys in the town can light them up. So that's why that sort of vision is dangerous. But we are going to be seeing Black actually not going into the standard pillbox. Oh, there we go.
Nice, starting things off pretty well there for EL. Utori is down, and that's a little bit more freedom now for EL Gaming on that attacking side. Having already got a player onto that flag as well, it is starting to cause some pressure onto B Gaming. The damage at the moment favouring EL as well. Kyung Power getting lit up just a little bit. We need to see some sort of a response soon from B Gaming.
Yes, we do. B Gaming really need to get themselves on the board here. And look, they've got the 113s. They just need to light someone up. Unfortunately, with that T54 lightweight down, they don't really have a scout. VSAMOV is kind of acting as an interim.
He's doing a good job as well, actually, getting damage across. He's hit Black, he's hit Sunmi. So he's pulling things back a little bit for B Gaming, but who else is going to get involved here for B Gaming? Kyung Power has been a big player for B Gaming throughout the season and throughout this series. Can he do it again here on Rurenberg? AMX50B, we always look towards that to put the damage out.
Yeah, exactly. AMX50B. And he's already taken a couple of shots so far. So far, he's the lowest HP member of B Gaming currently, so not a great start. He does occasionally find himself in these situations, but EL Gaming right now, they're looking to make a push on towards that one flag. And we can see some of B Gaming already, but it's not going to be enough to deal with all of EL that will be pushing up there. And at this point, look, the good thing for B Gaming is that they do have all of their tier 10s up. They've got all of their kind of main guns in the field. And Sunmi, I think his gunner's dead. nothing else really of note on the EL Gaming side in terms of injuries or module damage. As right now, B Gaming, they do not want to make the wrong move here, so they're just holding up, and that's all they need to do for now.
Movement towards the north here for EL Gaming. Their bat chats starting to make their way up towards that one flag. Nice does get spotted out. The rest of them should be getting spotted out relatively shortly. T4 himself has been spotted by EL Gaming, but Nice gets dropped very low. Are these two B Gaming players going to be able to hold off the EL Gaming onslaught? They're outnumbered, and Taki doesn't have many shots left in his clip here. Guan Ren and Flag, they're charging forward, looking for some damage. Guan Ren still has 5 shots left available to him. That's more than enough to take down Taki. He's going to get the first shot across there. He does manage to connect that one. Flag should get one here as well. Looking for it. Taki takes another one. This is not looking good for B Gaming at all. EL Gaming find their second kill.
Look at that. EL Gaming, they've just got 2 kills up here in this game of the grand final. And B Gaming, they need something right now. They cannot afford to let another tank go down without response, and they've just got it.
Yeah, Kyung Kyung Power coming up big, does take down Black in that IS-7. Still, though, we need to see more response coming out from B Gaming. They still have a slight health deficit, but more importantly, they have a tank deficit, and that extra gun in the game could be enough for EL Gaming. The map control very much in favour of EL as well. B Gaming going to have so much difficulty resetting this cap, and they've only got 10 seconds left.
Yeah, look, 10 seconds. They need to get on towards the cap. They need to get the shot probably on towards Nice in that bat chat. AP, 5 seconds left. This is it. They cannot afford to not get it.
Smarto,
0.
JP, he just gets it in time. The reset comes across. Kyung Power goes down, but still, B Gaming, I don't think they've done enough here. It's all down to Lod. 1 versus 5. As you say, that is going to be it. EL Gaming will be able to close this one out, and B Gaming, they've had such a hard-fought series. They just haven't been able to have enough in the end there. They've taken it to the 5-4. They've taken it to the 5-4 again, but this time, not quite going to be able to bring it back to a 7-6. And Lod, well, it's only a matter of time before he goes down here. EL Gaming slowly but surely getting the damage across to him. Flag might be the last one to get the damage across once his reload comes across. Bounces galore, and really, EL Gaming just taking their time, savouring the moment perhaps, and there it is. EL Gaming closing it out 7-4. So happy with themselves, as they should be. The champions of WGL APAC Season 1 2016-27, EL Gaming.
EL Gaming. Look at that, so happy, such a well-deserved win. They haven't lost a game throughout the entire season, so Jordan, why start now?
No, exactly. That's the mentality there for EL, and they'll come forward, lift the trophy as a team, and they're going to be savouring this moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Wargaming.net League Asia Pacific Season 1 2016-27 Finals champion. They're undefeated. It's EL Gaming. You can see them here on stage looking fantastic. These guys are so hyped, and deservedly so. Gentlemen, what a great final series we've had all across today. But I think everyone can agree that in the end, EL Gaming were the best.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, EL was going to win. Just didn't know by how much, I guess. That was the main question. But yeah, I guess Matt is really the king of predictions here.
Yep.
Well, I just want to say, Madhouse, not only did you predict the 3 results, but you predicted 3 results with 3
exact
correct
scores.
So I don't know. I'm not going to go out and declare you the be-all and end-all, the ultimate, World of Tanks APAC analyst, but if there was one, it could be you. Look at that. Flag over the trophy, and, well, I guess Team China really does pick it up here today, taking down the Japanese in the final. We thought perhaps that the guys from B Gaming might be able to bring it back just a little bit closer, but when we talked about all season long, they took them to the tiebreaker. It wasn't a best of 13 tiebreaker. was it? It was a best of 9, so it's a little bit different. In the end, they got the 4 rounds that we've seen them get a couple of times so far. They just didn't have it in the end to take it all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard for them. Like, I think they struggled really later on. It seems like EL Gaming actually adapted. Like, you saw EL Gaming were actually struggling at some point, right? Like, when B Gaming was up on them on points, it looked like EL Gaming actually was like, oh, wow, we're going to have to take this really seriously now because this is getting out of hand a bit.
Yeah,
you know? So it looked like they really upped their game and really went for the counter. Especially, I think when they turned it around, it was mostly on Ghost Town. Like, they really, the second map on Ghost Town, when EL Gaming was defending, they really went for the counter. Like, they weren't just playing their usual style. They're like, okay, we really got to counter what they're doing now because it's getting serious.
Yeah, well, I think that's the case. Let's bring up the replays. We've got a few to look through after this last matchup. We'll start off here. Well, it is on Ghost Town as we were talking about. So what was different? What makes you say that this was the point where EL went, you know what? I think we should. We really need to win this now. That would be a great idea.
Oh, because over here they got baited so badly, like to shoot those 2 heavies.
Yeah.
And like the thing that really made it work was really having all those B Gaming autoloaders. They did not poke at all. Like the E100 and the mouse were there taking all the hits, and the autoloaders were waiting. They were waiting. They weren't engaging. They were waiting for EL Gaming to finish off the mouse and the E100. Like, go ahead, waste all your rounds. And really, they had the autoloaders to back it up. B Gaming really had the right tank pick. They hard countered EL so bad, and EL fell for it. And I think after this game, this is when EL starts to really realize, oh wow, we got to do something.
Well, that's it. That's a very good point because at this point, obviously, it's 4-4 on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
If B Gaming pick up a win, they're now at 5-4. They're in the lead, and from there, the guys on EL Gaming went win, 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 win. Picked up 4 straight, came through, and brought it all the way back.
Yeah, I mean, over here, it's really, this map over here was the 113s that were completely out of position, and then EL pushing in hard, because I think they knew that B Gaming was going to try to counter them.
Yeah.
Because B Gaming sent them north without anything being lit, and they really tried hard.
This right here was actually pretty... It wasn't the greatest of things. The E100 wasted shot in the RU.
So bad.
What did you guys think about the fact where they saw, obviously... that the 2 cap was open and B Gaming pushed all the way down the right hand side and swung through, but they didn't go for the cap. They pushed through and went for the tags, the kills.
That was a good push. It should have been done earlier though. I don't understand why the E100 of the mouse was it E100 and mouse?
On what B Gaming side?
Yeah. They were on the hill.
Mouse.
I don't know why they weren't close to pushing off the hill because they weren't going to go around the other way. They stayed in the middle of the hill. Like, as soon as they got lit by tacking on the hill, EL Gaming doing the super round, right? As soon as they got lit, they should have pushed down directly, but they were in the middle of the hill. I'm sure if they were a bit closer to the edge, they could have made it past that road there, and they kind of got blocked and bogged down in that area, to be honest.
And in the end, it all came down to Ruinberg, but we only got to see just 1 round there. And to be fair, even though it looked, it was exciting in the end, you saw they got the reset, but being forced to get that reset, that was it. They'd thrown all their cards in, essentially. They had to throw everything at it to stay alive, and of course,
it
was too much.
It was an outmaneuver.
Yeah.
Like, they outmaneuvered one of the heavies from B Gaming all the way down south, and I think that's what really lost them, is that heavy, I don't know why the heavy all went all the way there, and then they swung all their bad shots up north, and left their heavies as bait in the middle. And that bait is what really won them the game. And yeah, it was a basically standard super round, other side of the map. Catches a lot of teams. They caught us off guard a couple times. Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Well, in the end, the guys from EL Gaming will be able to take it out. The score was 7-4. Madhouse, our expert Mad Analyst. That's it. Change your name from Madhouse to Mad Analyst 10101, right? Because
Madhouse 10101.
Yeah, exactly. Because right now, I think you've done a pretty good job. If EL Gaming are undefeated across the entire season, you're at least undefeated today in picking the winner and picking the score. So well done, gents. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's had been great having you in the studio, having travelled all the way to Sydney. I know, Robbie, you're not from around here in Australia.
No.
You had to travel quite a distance. So
yes, travelled from Taiwan, but I'm glad I did it. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got here, meet all these people, and the teams are really great. It's it's kind of strange sometimes that you picture somebody in game and then you meet them for real and it's
you
like,
don't
wow.
realize Madhouse is so short with such long hair.
No, we always knew he was a redhead. It's okay.
I thought it was like going to prove that you're not a ginger on stream. So on
No,
camera,
it's
it's
still gonna
okay.
believe with it.
It's okay. Well, ladies and gents, what a grand final we had. EL Gaming took down B Gaming, but we're going to see more of these teams, and we're going to see it very, very shortly. Both of these teams heading over to New York to take on the world in the Rumble in just 4 weeks' time. I don't know. That's going to be a pretty exciting event. I hope all of you at home and in the audience are going to be watching that one, because I certainly will. But from here at the Analyst Desk, thank you very much for joining us. That's all we've got for now. But let's head over to the host on the stage for one last interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do have the pleasure of being joined on stage with the captain of EL Gaming. It is Fox TS. Once again, you've just won the championship. Congratulations. First of all, my first question is, what are the feelings running through you at the moment? It must be an exhilarating feeling to win the first finals event.
他说：“首先祝贺你赢得了这一次比赛的冠军，想问一下你现在此时此刻的感受是什么？应该你非常的激动和高兴吧？”
此时此刻心情是非常的激动。这个剧情跟上一季的亚太杯是惊人的相似。
At the moment, we are very excited, and this whole result it's exactly the same as last season, quite similar.
Well, coming into the event, you guys were the favourites, and it seems it's come to fruition that you've taken out the first spot. Now, I just want to ask a little bit about the series that we saw. The final result was 7-4 for Maps. Halfway through, it was about 4-4. What changed for you to take the last 3 maps straight to get the 7-4 result?
他说：“显然来说的话，看到你们有备而来，而且呢也得到了你想要的效果。那么这个最终的比赛结果呢是7-4，但是在比赛的过程当中呢，出现了一个4-4这样的一个平局。那么在后面的那3个地图当中，你是采取了一些什么样的手段和策略来连胜3局，从而取得最终的胜利？”
当比分来到4-4平局的时候，我们就尽量的稳住自己的心态，让局与局之间是相对独立的，然后在每张地图上做好自己的事情，然后最终拿下这个比赛的胜利。
When the score was 4-4, we just didn't take too much. We didn't pay too much focus on the individual games. We just think each game is brand new game. So we just try to prepare for the coming 3 maps. We treat each game as an individual game.
Well, it's a great attitude and obviously paid off dividends to take the win at the end. My final question for you, because I'm sure you want to get straight to the celebrations, is quite a simple one. What's next for EL Gaming?
他说：“当然，你刚才所述的那种策略呢，取得了很好的效果。那么，他最后一个问题就是，你当然是要去做一些庆祝。那么，以后的你以后将来的打算是怎么样呢？作为你们这个队？”
将来的打算，给自己定个小目标吧，在2年之内我们会拿到 WGL Grand Final 的总冠军。
We have a little bit a small dream, which is in 2 years' time. We hope that we will become the champion of the world, of the WGL Final World Champion.
Well, after taking the Asia Pacific final, I'm sure you are well on the way. Fox TS, congratulations once again, and for your team, EL Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you very much for joining us here at the ESL studio live from Sydney, Australia. It was the WGL Asia Pacific final. This is just season 1. Make sure you catch our season 2 when we get there. For now, I'm in Maniac. We'll catch you guys next time.